See, we need to understand the political strategy and system of Nigeria. If you cannot open a new door with an old key. You cannot open a new door with an old key. We should stop being emotional, especially people from the South. I keep saying it. The Northerners are very quiet. We don't get some outbursts the way we do. They are very strategic, and that's why they keep winning. So whether anyone says Wike is harsh, or maybe Governor Obaseki is too quiet, or maybe Akere Delu is too quiet, or the man at Benue Autumn is maybe he's too harsh, we need to understand. They understand what's going on. I mentioned last time, I said there are 3 states in Nigeria where when they are counting the votes, historically, those 3 states are key states, just like in America. And that is Kano State, Port Harcourt, and Lagos. If Peter the Rock Obi can catch those 3 states, including the southern state, he can win. And I think that's the strategy we should be thinking, but we have to come together from the southern leaders and come to reality and put politics aside.
Okay,
Mrs. Rita, Mrs. Rita, can you just allow me? Let me just throw something to Rita.
Remember, who is talking?
It's Midwest people. I just want to throw something, please.
Okay,
sure.
Mr. Midwest.
You talk about Wike. Wike has called the South leaders and say we need a security outfit. They agree. The governor of my state, Edo State governor, the following day after the meeting, he went to Abuja. So you can talk about that. How will he be able to put these people together?
We have gone past that, sir. We all know that. Okay. But we have gone. I understand. But what I am trying to say is, if they are not greedy, they put politics aside and come to the reality of the hegemony of the Northern Caliphate, we are not going nowhere. Whether Obaseki, Wike, Autumn, Akere Delu, if they don't come and put party aside, we are not going nowhere. And that's the truth. And we in this South, we have to come to the reality of that. So Domosa, that part of Governor Obaseki making his own decision. He has his personal reasons, to the detriment of Edo people. I cannot speak on behalf of him, and I don't know why that happened. With time, the future will speak for itself. Like they always say, what you do today will speak tomorrow. Perhaps in the future, Edo people will now see the reason why things the way they were, why he opted out. Whether it was out of party or personal gain or whatever, we don't know. But we need to protect Edo State because Ondo State is not far. Owo is, I think, an hour and a half from Edo State. Somebody correct me. So if those killers have left Owo, they're actually in the forest of Edo State. And if we have a smart security outfit, a smart governor, you need to do the needful. And that is why every outlet to enter Port Harcourt, he has people, all their borders. Whether you are coming from north, south, east, or west in Port Harcourt, it is very hard for you to now enter Port Harcourt as a Fulani. For what now? How? Because he has security outfit in those borders. I don't know why those state doesn't have it. And we are the heartbeats. It's very painful and frustrating. Keep talking about this, and what we get is silence. Okay. Let me not talk too much. Let other people talk.
Thank you very much, Madam. Good evening, Mr. Jimo. We have Mr. Jimo here. Mr. Jimo, good evening to you.
Good evening, Kachi. Good evening, everyone.
How are you doing today?
Very well, thank you. Very well.
Okay.
Good evening to my fellow panelists as well, and the viewers at home. Let me throw some light on this issue. First, let me talk about the statement credited to the chairman of APC, Abdullahi Adamu. I want you guys to know that Adamu is a member of the NPDP. He just came from the, the people we call the NPDP to APC. Okay. So whatever his statement is personal. That is not the statement of the NWC. Because we could see that the NWC members came up shortly after to say that they didn't agree on Ahmed Lawan. And so let's just see that as his own personal wish, because he has his own agenda as well. But having said that, I think we must understand one thing. We from the South, we want power to come to the South, but we are not working towards it. Even those of us on the panel, we are not working towards that. In a situation whereby out of the 23 aspirants, over 17 are from the South. You ask yourself, what's going on? If we all divide our votes, what do you think will happen to Ahmed Lawan? So there's something wrong with the South. We always believe that the North can play politics. But of course, they play politics more than we do. They are better politicians than us. They are more united. They have all it takes. When we begin to ask, what do they have that we don't have? Even if it's unity alone, it's enough. There is so much disunity in the South, and it's giving us a lot of problems. We must understand one thing. Politics is a science that requires logic and strategic planning. It is not about love or emotions, like we do sometimes on this platform, when most of us begin to speak with emotions. Politics is more than that. It's not about love or emotions, but it has more to do with ploy and careful understanding of your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. That's what it takes. Look, if Tinubu was not there, this primary would have long begun. The only person they are expecting there from the South is Tinubu. Otherwise, they will just call Ahmed and the rest will be quiet. We would have not been thinking about primaries as of today. They have tried consensus, trying to, trying to twist the tide. About 5 weeks ago, I think Midwest Republic was on this platform that day. I said that 7 years ago, when Buhari was coming as a candidate, it was then that they knew who the next candidate was going to be. Everybody was shouting on me that, oh, we want to change the narrative. Why are you talking like this? Look, to be an outsider and insider are two different things. If you listen to the interview of Buba Galadima today, he has come to echo what I said some weeks back, way before now. There is a gentleman agreement in the APC. Whether it is right or wrong is a matter for another day. I'm not here to judge that. But there is a gentleman agreement because Tinubu could not be the vice president, that Buhari should also help him at all costs in this election. That was done 7 years ago. That is the way our politicians plan. But we that are outside, we will wait until it's 3 months to the election and begin to debate it. But we can't help the political parties because they have their plan. But after choosing their aspirant, that's where we can come in and say, let's use our vote to change it. If we actually want to be helpful, it is good that we try to play role. By the time we are not playing any role in politics, it becomes very difficult for us, especially those of us from the South. We do not see politics as something that we need to commit ourselves to. So for now, the primaries of APC is not over. APC know that Ahmed Lawan is just like, Atiku will crush Lawan as if a trailer is crushing a lizard. It is so lightweight. So that's the more reason why the northern governors came out to say we want the candidate, the aspirant, to come from the South. And the Tinubu we are talking about, we must get this correctly. This is my turn, it's my turn. Tinubu never said, give me the primary. We must set the record straight. He said, let us go to the primaries. If the delegates reject me, I will go home. Which is even more democratic than somebody saying consensus or somebody saying, let me choose what do you call it? To choose my successor. So we must know this. If you know you have followers in the political party, go to the primaries and test your popularity. That is what it's all about. So let me stop here so far, and I'll yield the floor back to you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Jimo. We're going to move next to Engineer Ken. Engineer Ken, good evening to you. How are you doing today, sir? Engineer Ken, can you hear me, please? Okay, I think Engineer Ken is not ready for us. Good evening, Mr. Andrew. Mr. Andrew, can you hear me?
Good evening, pretty woman. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, sir. How are you
I
doing
send my
today?
greetings to everyone on the platform, please. Pardon me that I greet Kachi first. Greetings to all, and I it appears that I'm on a different planet. However, I will pick on what the last speaker spoke about
Okay.
before I go to Rita, and Rita made mention of greed, and another
Yeah.
person on the platform made mention of trust. But I'll pick on what Mr. J, that's what's coming up on the screen. There was indeed a gentleman agreement in the APC. So Tinubu felt betrayed. Now, that is his own cup of tea to drink
Okay.
because he himself equally have betrayed people. So once you've betrayed someone and they betray you, it hurts a lot. And they should settle that one within themselves. It's a party issue. If they want to come up with a consensus, so be it. That is their problem. If they don't want to do primaries, they say, okay, there's nothing anybody can do about it. It's a gentleman agreement, it's a party issue, so let them sort it out. But Rita mentioned greed and the other man mentioned trust. And this is the problem we all experience. I try not to play south, north, east, west. I try not to because as things stands, we are still under one umbrella. Whether we say south or it is the absence of good governance that we are experiencing. Let me take a step back. My apology. I my sympathy or empathy or condolence to those that died, that were killed in our Ondo state. It is very shameful. It is very disheartening. And I was having a chat with few people, and I said, "Listen, those people could be me, and it could be you. It could be anybody. So if we put ourselves in their shoe and say, this person could be me. So what can I do to turn this tide around in the country? It is the absence of good governance. Now, we are taking chance on Peter Obi. He's not an angel, but he is a man that we can see what he has done. Most of us don't, I believe, or I argue that most of us don't know him personally. But because we are able to check what he has done in the past, the credibility, which is lacking, which the man that mentioned trust, the credibility is lacking. And the greed also is lacking. As such, you can't vote for any of this. And I keep saying this: which politicians in our living memory has come out as Peter Obi did and say, "This is what I did. This is what I did. This is what I did. This is what I did." Go and verify this thing. And I understand people will have their preference. I understand that, and I respect that. People have their preference for Showore. People have preference for whatever. Personally, for me, and personally, this is not a general view of anything. This is personally for me. I have my reservation for Showore. I have to be honest. I follow the news. I have my reservations for him. And this is where my reservation lies. Recently, when he went to court, and like I said, this is personal, and he has a religious issue. He went to court with what? With an herbalist. And I asked myself this man wants to be my president and is going to court with an herbalist, for crying out loud. When he becomes my president, what will he do next? Is he going to be consulting the herbalist every time he wants to make a decision on this and that. Now, like I said, it is my own personal decision. It's not reflected on anybody. So that is my only reservation on him. So if we can all just take a step back and understand that we are all still under the same umbrella, whether north, south, east, west, south, 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 south. Like what the man said, we have to do, you have to remove emotion out of it. There's time emotion will come in and have to strategize. It's all about strategy, all about planning. How do we play this draft to ensure that the man that has credibility, not because he's an Igbo man, not because he's an Hausa man, not because he's an Edo State man. All the Edo State men, most people, most that have come in before, they've let us down. There's distrust in the system. And how can we sanitize this distrust and make so that we can, so we have someone that has credibility. I mean, today, right now, the British Parliament, they are having a vote of no confidence on the Prime Minister Boris Johnson. Can we ever have such thing in Nigeria? The answer to that question is a yes. It's a no at the moment, but it can be a yes if we have good governance. So, what I am clamoring for is, let's put sentiment aside, please. I know we have our preference, but please, let's put sentiment aside. Let's just focus on Peter Obi for crying out loud. Let's just focus on him, put the words there, strategize around it, and let's take a chance. Let us take what? A chance. I'm a bit religious. If some of you are also religious here, there's these 4 lepers in the Bible. I think Kings, the Kings of Samuel. There's these 4 lepers in the Bible, and they say, listen, if we stay here, we are going to die. If we go to the war, we are equally going to die. But peradventure, if we go, we may have a chance to survive. We may see something to eat there. Because if we remain here, we will die anyway. So why don't we just go to war and see what is happening there? And see, and when they went, they found a miracle. Now they had to do something. We have to do something. Miracles don't fall from heaven. We have to do something in this regard. Please, I'm appealing. Let us put all our efforts in this 2023 election. It's just around the corner. And let us.
Okay, Mr. Andrew, can I quickly ask you a question? I really want to ask a question based on what Midwest said. Mr. Midwest said the Southerners doesn't have what it takes to go head on head with the people like Atiku, Tinubu.
I disagree with that. Okay. I disagree with that on the ground that, like what I think Rita said, that I think he also mentioned, even though he said it, he mentioned it as well, that they've betrayed our trust. So meaning that if they can get the trust back again. However, why I disagree with him is that these leaders that he mentioned, these Southern leaders, are just individual entity. If we count them, probably they are not more than 1,000. Please, I help my calculation. I'm not a mathematical person. But the people that they have betrayed, which is you and I, are far more than them. So if we, the people, that the power belongs to us, comes together and say, our leaders have betrayed us, we understand. But there is one person now on this platform whose name is Peter the Rock, the way Rita put it. And we can put our trust in him and put our bet in him. Because why? Because we know he can do it for us. That's why I disagree with. We have everything it takes to turn the tide around, with or without these leaders. Because why? Because we know them. They said the devil you know is better than the angel you don't know. So we know the devil. So we know how to deal with the devil. So they are the devil. They can buy our vote. They can buy our conscience if we refuse to sell it. Because the money Atiku has, get it straight, it is this money will be given to people. And if people refuse to take this money, Southerners or whatever it is, refuse to take this money, we will turn the tide around. And I believe strongly, I say this, I believe strongly that if we go on this path, there is nothing God cannot do. I'm not somebody who sit down and say, oh, God is coming to feed me, or God will do this. No. I believe I had to do something. Then God will meet me halfway and take me through it. So, whatever it is, the distrust is there. But let's get it clear. Regardless of this distrust, you and I are going to the same market. We will buy the same bag of rice for 100,000 naira. Whether we like it or not. So if you collect the money today, you will still go back tomorrow to buy that bag of rice with that same 100,000. Then when the rice finish, then we'll know how far it is. I yield the floor back. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Andrew. Thank you for that. I'm going to move to Mr. Machiavelli. Mr. Machiavelli, good evening to you.
Excuse me, Kachi, please. I don't know if I can throw just one word because of
what Who is that, Mr. Tiobala?
I know, this is Jimoron.
Okay, Mr. Jimo.
Please.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. I just want to throw in some light on what my brother just said, Mr. Andrew.
Mr. Andrew, okay.
You see, by the time you have no trust or credibility for any candidate, it becomes very difficult to work with. At the same time, I must let you know that a man's religion has nothing to do with his credibility. Okay. So when I come to court with an herbalist, like you said, that does not discredit him. Because in Japan today...
Sorry, may I interject? I said this is a personal view.
I know.
Not reflective on anybody, please.
I know. Your personal view is now on the social media. It is not just, if it is personal, you keep it. But now that it's out here, let's just quickly say this, that he's coming to the court has nothing to do with his credibility. Because in Japan, the prime minister will have to go to their shrine to swear an oath before being sworn in. If we were doing that even in my state, Benin City, take them to what they believe in and swear oath, we would have been better than what we have today.
Corruption will stop automatically.
Thank you.
Okay.
Catch you, sorry, 1 second. Sir.
Thank you, Mr. Jima. Mr. Andrew, okay, please. You can reply that.
My personal view can be heard. I don't have to keep it to myself. It's just like everyone are entitled to their opinion. So my opinion can be heard. And I did say, for the record, it's just for me personally. I'm not talking about his credibility. I never said he stole money, this and that. No, I never said that. What I said is, for my own religious belief or background, that was why I find it difficult. I said I can work with him or whatever it is because of that. So I have the right to hear my views. I can't keep it to myself. I yield the floor back. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Andrew. So we're going to move next to Mr. Machiavelli. Mr. Machiavelli, good evening to you.
Good evening, Madam Kashi, and good evening to all the panelists there, and also the listeners and the fellow concerned citizens around the globe. Thank you very much, everyone. Well, I'm so much very happy today that there's a discussion here. And also, we are making headways, whether they like it or not. Because one thing we must understand, our talking is what is going to bring the solution. Some people might say, they are talking there. It is what they say. Whatever they say, they will go to their house. But they are going to fail. Because they have to know that it is what causes the problem. It's what brought the argument. So we now, what we are saying, whether we are there or we are here, we are actually making headways. Let me go back to what they are saying. I will align with Mr. Andrew. Thank you so much for what you said. And thank you, Mr. Jimoemo, for giving us the roadmap of how politics, we can dig into it and how we can get a solution. My coming to this platform was for a change. And a change, we can get it if all of us put us together, arguing and having a roadmap towards good governance. My coming to this platform was for good governance. And I believe that a smaller party can act as an earthquake and can cause what you call the political thalidomide to destroy their own set of cabals who believes that they have the rule of law in their pocket and other Nigerians are just nowhere to be found. In a given political system, it is the rule of law that gives absolute superiority over everyone. But in the case of Nigeria, we don't have that. Let's take what happened in Owo. If we forgot, 3 months ago, there was a counterintelligence that came to the Nigerian authority that these same people are going to come out. They are moving to different states and they are going to target a lot of places. One of the governor, who's also is the party is the government of the day right now, actually said it. But the main information was not actually taken into consideration. Why? Because we have a system that is being broken. The foundation is nowhere to be found, which I will always say here, but people forgot. How can you live in a defined democracy where something was issue of national security? Our defense minister was nowhere to be found to actually make sure that every security apparatus should be looked onto. We are not talking about it. We are just concerned with this governor said this one said this. What is the function of the Minister of Defense? What are the functions of our security agencies? Now, I asked the other time when we come to this debate.
Can you please give me a moment so I can take this call, please? So sorry. Okay, the person just hung up. Please go ahead.
Okay, so we are talking right now. We are not talking about this thing. It pains me so much that it has been for decades now. Our arsenal is nothing to write home about. The defense budget, we don't see it in this administration. We don't do nothing. The citizens are just left there to be, hopeless. And we're talking, and this is what Mr. Andrew was trying to say. I can hear from my brother, Mr. Midway, saying, these people does not understand that we have to find it. We cannot be preaching division, because we need to understand that this younger generation, a lot has been, done to not to make them go forward by these same old cargoes. We, the younger generation, says no. A living defined democracy, it is the people that has the right, just as Mr. Andrew said. And I've been saying it here. The reason why you and I are talking here is because of the wrong foundation that these people made there. And they are still telling you that when you divide it, who are those people going to divide it? Is it not the same cabal who are going to sit down there that will see the affairs of division? So it is what you have to know now, that the youth, it is the future, their future is at stake. So they must rise up to their responsibility and take these people out of this place. And I support. Sorry.
Do you think the Southerners have what it takes politically to move the country to another level?
Yes, they have what it takes. The reason is this. One thing it said, in every nonsense there is a sense. Okay? One thing we know that the Southern leaders, the Northerners use money to influence them so that they can get power. Every Southerner you see around here, around the South, every cabals, they are not interested in the future of the younger generation. They are not. They are interested on their wealth. They are interested on how many cars they have. And if you go to the North, the reverse is the case. Even the president today, his house in Daura, you cannot even sit down. But yet you have somebody who has been in the Senate campaigning for these same people again. He's riding Rolls Royce, portraying himself on the social media as very rich. But the younger, look at somebody like Buba Galadiba, who live in a 3-bedroom apartment in Abuja. If the same Buba Galadima was in the South, I can tell you that his mansion will be from here to Lokoja. A governor of a state who own a mansion, where did he get the money? They don't really care. So we should be talking things that will give the younger generation a better future. So this thing is that the whole thing is that the younger generation in the South, the Southern one I'm talking about, even the North, they already, what you don't know here is that the Northerners, especially the houses, the youth, they are fed up. Because he said, when there is too much lies, even a blind man will see it. They are fed up with this, their northern leaders, and they have said to them that it is only Peter Obi. Go and watch what is happening. The polls are already talking. The reason why I support Andrew on this is that Peter Obi has been a very kind of neutral person. I was studying him. I was the first person when he came out to say, I cannot trust him yet because he's still romancing with the leaders. But when he deviated from them, I said, okay. Then I started watching. Omoyele Sowore has been my candidate because I believe that the smaller parties can change it if the youth actually key on them. But what Peter Obi said, I cannot continue to stay with you because if I do that, it will jeopardize what I believe, which I think is true. So we, the younger generation, we must cue on that to have somebody who has a roadmap, who has a clue of how governance work and give us a proper dimension on how to restructure our economy and how to put a proper constitution that gives the fundamental principle of every citizen.
But then, Mr. Machiavelli, everybody keeps saying, oh, there's no unity in the South. That is the reason why this is happening. The Northerners know how to play politics more than the South. There's no unity in the South. How do you think we can even unite? Because, I mean, all of the solutions you're giving to us right now, can only happen. We can only achieve it when we're united.
Yes.
We can only achieve it when we come together and say, okay, this is also our country too. We have to fight for it. So how do you think we can get to that level where we can actually unite and come to a round table and talk about moving the country forward? I mean, I think that's the reason why people keep saying, oh, we don't think a Peter Obi or a Sowore can actually win this because we're not united. So how do you think we can achieve that?
It's because the money aspect, like I told you, when you have somebody that can draw a roadmap for you and I to see ourselves as equal, that is when we are going to see the reality. Because what Peter Obi is saying is that this government also belongs to you. You are part of the government. So if we, the South, can cue on that, I'm not talking about the elite because they already know that their game is up. So they want to finish the money first. And if you ask them, they want to feed their pocket. Why do you think somebody who has been living a lavish life and you are telling the person to say, okay, let's share let everybody be equal? He will not agree. This is why they are dragging it with us. And whenever we talk, they'll tell you these younger generations are the problem because they want to maintain that their status quo. And that is why we are trying to take it back from there. It belongs to us. This is where the problem is. It is the Southern leader that is dividing us because they are not letting us see the roadmap. Unless we tell them we don't need you. We want to fight for ourselves. Because what you see now is most of these politicians, if they are rich, do you think their children will be happy if their father is going to say, okay, let's share it? They want to always prove that superiority. The North does not have that. Have you seen a North wearing Fendi, Dolce & Gabbana?
It is always from the South, and the Southern people want to do it. Everybody want to chill with the big boys. But you also understand that chilling with the big boys, you are going to end up in hellfire. And when you know that the constitution does not allow that, it say it gives room for everybody to thrive. Why is it so towards the certain people? This is what they are dragging, because the Northerners have given them money. So they always maintain that place, and hey, let's put this one, let's do this one. Until we, the youth, says, no, we don't want it like that. It is the youth that's going to play a big part in that political process. I'm telling you. And that is why they are fighting. They don't want us to get it. But they forgot that their game is up. And the poll is already showing that the youth are winning. Peter Obi is already leading. The whole Nigerian musicians, they're all queuing on him. So it shows that we are heading towards the right direction. Let us not go back. Nigeria is now or never. Take it or leave it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr.
Sorry, apology. May I ask a question, everyone in the platform?
Mr. Andrew, please go ahead.
I'm going to throw I want to throw a spanner into the wheel, okay?
Go ahead.
The constitution we have, some said the constitution should be gotten rid of. It's not helping us. It's responsible for whatever it is. I've heard Peter Obi spoke about the constitution, and he spoke on it very. So can someone please tell me exactly what is wrong with the constitution? What section, what aspect in the constitution that we have at the very moment? Can someone please tell me what is wrong with the constitution, please?
Mr. Andrew, there's nothing wrong with it. It is because these same leaders, they want to always bypass all the rules. That is why they have always turned a blind eye to what the constitution says. Because in every country, which Nigeria is also part of, in the United Nations, it gave the fundamental right of every citizen. Why is it the right that if a Nigerian is protesting, you see, because these cabals want to go and kill? This is the problem. Does the constitution not give right to them to protest? But they will never tell you that until we start using the constitution to challenge them. That is when they are going to know that we are ready for a change, because the constitution is the roadmap.
Okay.
Israel, madam, let me quickly throw something to Israel, please. Can you permit me?
Mr. Midwest, okay.
Yeah. Israel, the constitution says we.
Go on, sir.
It says we, the people.
Yes.
I want to ask you, who were there when they were writing this constitution? Because it was written by the military officers. Were your people there?
Okay, now I want to ask you, that constitution, was it actually agreed by the United Nations? Whether it is wrong or right. Now, Mr. Andrew asked a question.
I don't know what concern United Nations with Nigeria.
No, because you have always said about this constitution is wrong. Hang on, you ask a question.
When they use the word "we the people" by military officers, where your
in that constitution, did they make mention of the Northerns? Did they make mention of North and South? No.
The military
just answer the question.
Wrote it and they said, "We the people." That's where the failure starts from. And many content are there that are useless. It's not helping Nigeria today. It's a problem.
Okay, give us one of the content that is useless so that we can know.
I cannot just go into it now. They know it very well.
Then you don't have the constitution. Then you cannot make an argument, because you don't have. If you don't have it, then why then bring in the?
Exactly. Guys.
But the word "with the people" is lie, and that constitution is lie. Is fraudulent. That is why I said.
If you have the section of the constitution that is wrong, you can bring it out. Everybody should have a constitution. You can Google it. You can get the constitution. I think you should, when you want to bring an argument like that, you should be able to give us what section, like what Mr. Andrew tells you, what section of the constitution that is wrong. Then let us talk about it. Because we are all educating Nigerians.
There are very many.
Excuse me, Ms. Kachi.
Guys,
Ms. Kachi is brother nice.
Okay, guys, please. Let's take it one after the other, okay, please, so people can actually hear us speak, okay? Brother Nice, please go ahead.
Yeah, let me talk to, is it a Midwest people or Midwest Republic? Let me tell you, if you want to argue anything, we are learned, and we want to make people that is listening to us to understand what is happening, and we need facts. We don't need speculation here. If you want to argue anything, counter anything, you need to come with facts. You don't know the constitution. You said you don't know what they write in the constitution. Why are you countering what Machiavelli is saying? When you yourself, you don't know what the constitution said. That constitution.
Thank you.
Wait. Let me finish, bro. Let me finish.
Thank you.
Let me
but
finish.
I just asked a question. Listen.
Midwest, wait. Let me finish.
Let's do this one after the other, please, guys, so people can actually hear us.
Let me tell you.
It's okay, bro. Nice, go ahead.
Yes, our constitution is just like every other constitution. Our constitution states it clear and it gives everybody their fundamental rights. Let me tell you, it's our cabal who does not know what constitution means. They don't know the rule of law. They don't even work with our constitution. They do whatever they want to do without listening to this thing. It's because nobody checkmate them. If they are doing according to the constitution, they don't have all those kind of system. That is why Western world here, if you do things they have experts that always look at what you said. If it's accord with the constitution, if it's not accord, they will throw it out. But we don't have that system in Africa. When somebody will just do whatever he want to do without checkmating with the constitution.
I have said a lot of things. I wanted to say something. When a military officers who are just powered by gun, they serve down, they draft a constitution, and they say, we the people have agreed. Is this not a lie? Let us start with just the paragraph that begins the constitution. You will understand that this constitution is a big problem. People who knew law, who have read this constitution, they knew there is a problem in that constitution.
We are not arguing with you. Just give us where this constitution you think it is not right for your people, like you said. Just give us an idea of what it is. We are not arguing. We are just making the people aware, because it's always this thing. I've always been talking here. I always try to make sure that we're following what the rule of law says. The Constitution, it is the supreme. I don't know if you understand it. So if there's something that is not wrong, that is not right, that you think is not right for your own people, then bring it out. Let us discuss it here. We are not fighting. We are educating ourselves and the concerned citizens.
Kachi, may I say something, if that's okay?
Please, Madam Rita, I'll come to you right now. But Engineer Ken has been here for a while and he has not said anything yet.
All right.
I'm being remembered by Kachen. As you remember me, may God remember you.
Amio, thank you. Good evening, Engineer Ken. How are you?
I'm good. How's everything?
Very well, thank you, sir. I don't know if you've been following the show, the videos that we displayed.
I've been on the show. I missed this morning on because I was so mad. All right, thank you. Bye-bye. I was so mad for what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, so pissed off. You know, I couldn't even eat. I was on my way to church when I received the news.
Everybody was.
We posted in our platform. A guy called me, was running his mouth, saying that his children saw it, blah, 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 blah. And I was so happy the way some of us replied in that this platform is not made for children. So it's your business.
Engineer Ken, please give me a moment. Let me quickly take this call, please. This call has been...
This oppression. This is corruption.
Hi, good evening. Thank you for calling Ninja Watch today. How are you doing, sir? Okay, we lost that caller. Please go ahead.
See, you know, the thing is this, you know, what Midwest John is saying that about the constitution is right. Because these Fulani generals, those questions that they wrote in 1999 was being written by Dente for people then. What I want to hear how the Christians...
Ken, please, yes. The caller is calling back again. Please, just a moment.
All right, no problem.
Hi, good evening. Thank you for calling Ninja Watch today. You're calling from Imo State. Oh, thank you so much for calling. What's your name, sir? Frank. Okay. Thank you so much. Have you been following the show? What did you say, sir? Where's the station? It's on YouTube, as you can see. It is on YouTube. Okay, I'm just asking, do you have any contributions? Do you have anything to say concerning what we're discussing today? Okay, what are your contributions, please? You're calling for us to support who? You say we should support who, sir? Charles Okorocha. Charles Okorocha. Okay. Okay. No problem. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for that. Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for calling. All right. Bye bye.
You say me we support Charles Okorosha, Birosha Okorosha.
Rochas,
But
yes.
now my turn on Machiavelli. You know,
Okay, Engineer
I'm
Ken, please go ahead.
I'm just laughing. You know, so fella say different fever na e dey. You know, roachas or culture fever occur e dey. You understand? So now waiting. Now the fever when that man just still gets na be that.
Hmm.
You know, what I need to say is this: there is war. I've been saying this thing for the past a year and a half on our platform that Nigeria is at war. You know, from this June that we are, from the first month of this June, the war have started. Seriously, either we like it or not. My pain is this. Our religion leaders as the most biased, betrayed, satanic, demonic leaders that we have. Our religion leaders, they are so barbaric because after taking money from these politicians, you know, there is no leader, and the elite that we have, they are political elite. None of them is genuine. Those big men you see, those billionaires you see, they are all evil because their wealth is not genuine wealth. That is why you see them that refuse to talk about this mess that is
Engineer Ken,
going on in that
I'm
land.
so sorry. I'm going to interrupt you again, please. I'm so sorry. I have a caller, please. So sorry. Hi, good evening. Thank you for calling Ninja Watch. Yes, good evening, sir. Ah, we lost that caller again, Engineer Ken. Please go ahead.
Please don't interrupt me again, please, sir.
Oh, that's fine. Please go
Please,
ahead.
please, please. Let me just take my time, huh?
No
You know,
problem, sir.
so
Please go ahead.
look at the way the Boko Haram, you know, they are overgrown to become Fulani S-men. They have to design them, they have to rewrite their names to be Fulani S-men. You know, Boko Haram, Fulani S-men are all the same thing. They are all the same thing. You know, our church leaders, those ones they call themselves the daddy Jews. They refuse to talk and they refuse to fight. You know, now they are buying helicopters, no more plane anymore, because they are scared right now to drive on their cars. And you ask God to protect your members, and you yourself are using military to protect yourself. So who is fooling who? Who is not fooling who? Look at the massacre that happened yesterday in my father's land. Look at the
Hmm.
massacre that happened yesterday.
It's
None
terrible.
of this, none of these pastors, none of these big time pastors, none of them speak up. None. They
Hmm.
all kept quiet. The Christians in Nigeria, if you guys are hearing me, you guys should start spending your money buy ammunition. Three things you will buy in your house: ammunition, food, and water. Because there is war coming to that country. Forget about praying on all the stuff. It's not working anymore. Let me take us back to Israel. Israel, do you know what the Israelis are doing? And God Almighty that created us, God says in the Holy Book that the Israelites are His first love. They are the firstborn of God. When the Palestinians killed one Israeli, guess what will happen? The Israeli will kill 10 Palestinians. 10. The Israel as a state, or as a country, or as a nation, is being surrounded by over 6 or 7 Arab countries. So if the Israelites should now stand, put their hands upon their joy, and say, I'm waiting for God to come from the heaven above to come and protect me and fight for me, by now the Israel will have been wiped off from the map of the world.
I really think.
So this is.
I really think we should not.
But all these politicians, they're all satanic and barbaric. They're evils. Let's talk about how to protect our father's land, our homeland. Our homeland. Do you know what happened about in 2008 or 2009? I went to do my car insurance. My friend that was doing it, he told me that a week from that day, he's going back to Israel. He's a Russian Jew, but he was born and brought up here in the US. He went to Israel with his 16 years old son to pick up a gun and fight for his land. And we are here. Our leaders, not leaders, our so-called pastors are home putting their hands in their jaw. They're not saying anything. My brother, that is just my people. This is just the test of the iceberg. That was what we saw on Sunday.
Engineer Ken, thank you so much. I don't think we should be promoting war yet. We have a lot of view. We have a lot of viewers. We have a lot.
This is the problem that we have. We are problems. We are our own problem. This is the problem. This is the problem. This is the problem that we have. This is the problem. When you turn it into Fulani radio, they are praising their own people for killing. Look at the jail. Look at the small jail. The small little girl, about 21 or 22 years old girl, that was killing just. That was sent to death and put to arches. Look at that little girl. But it's his own classmates. The Emians, the Fulani elders, the Hausas in the north, they were all praising them for beheading the little girl. Those boys are still walking in the streets. Are you telling me not to speak against them? You're telling me not to promote violence? They went to the church yesterday and killed over 50 to 100 people. I watched the video from the beginning to the end. A baby was shot and killed. A pregnant female was shot and killed. A guy that came there with his wife for Thanksgiving after their wedding on Saturday. For the Thanksgiving, they were killed, massacred. You know, let me tell you something, Nigeria world and Nigerians that are listening. If I have my way, I will pick up my own gun and shoot the whole pastors. The whole pastors in Nigeria. The whole Nigerians. They're supposed to be wiped out because they have been compromised. They have took money. Yes.
Engineer Ken.
Engineer Ken, first shoot politicians first.
Okay, I think we lost Engineer Ken there. Personally, I don't think we should.
I'm hearing you.
Okay, we stopped hearing you for a bit, so I thought we probably lost you already.
Mrs. Kachi, can we tell Mr. Nice?
Miss, I invite you to come my wedding. It's
okay.
Miss.
Miss Kachi, can you please, Mr. Nice, let's not use the word shoot here because we are not here to do that. That's a
Exactly.
very violent.
I'm not,
Please, let's
I'm not,
not do that.
let's just try as much as we can. I know what happened yesterday. Everybody felt it. It's heartbreaking. It's painful. A lot of people questioned God. A lot of people begged God, God, are you seeing what is going on? Are you seeing what is happening to your people? Everybody was pained.
I said, God
It
is
was
not coming down
heartbroken.
from the third heaven above and fight for us.
It was heartbreaking.
The
Everybody is pained, Engineer Ken.
the killer
Everybody
will
is
not suffer
pained.
violence, and the violent one take it by force. We are
Everybody is pained about what happened, yesterday. I don't think there's one person that watched that video and not shiver. Like that video practically sent colds to your spine. It was terrible. It was something that we don't even wish for our enemies. It was a terrible situation. I know, but we don't have to promote war. We don't have to promote hatred. We don't have to promote any of these things, guys. We're on this platform to provide a solution. We are here because we want to talk about solutions. We want to talk about things that would move the country from the current state it is. And we also want to swing into action as well. We're not here to promote hatred.
Kashi, please bear with me. I have a caller right here that want to
Okay.
contribute to this program. Hello, Brother Chris. Good evening to you. Please talk to us. You have just 2 minutes.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for your time. And good evening to the panelists. I just want to contribute with respect to the issue.
Okay.
They were asking one of the panelists that he should say something that's wrong with the Constitution. But I think I want to support Mr. Midwest because everything in the Constitution, they might be right, but let's look at it. First of all, the very opening statement of the Constitution said that we, the people of Nigeria, blah, 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 blah. So that alone is something that's also that is wrong with the Constitution. And apart from that, another fundamental thing that is wrong with the Constitution is this. It also began that opening statement. It further stated that this country shall be known as the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now, mark that word, Federal Republic. Now, in a federation state, if you collect revenue from the various federated units, the revenue belongs to that unit, but they pay tax federal system. But that is not so in Nigeria. So that itself is also wrong with the country. If we are actually a federated unit as stated in the Constitution, therefore the oil and the wealth from Niger Delta should belong to Niger Delta. Now, I would like to give an example to support this fact. See, United States is a federated state. Canada is a federated state. Germany is a federated state. Australia is a federated state. Now, you cannot tell me that the wealth in Ontario, in Canada, or the wealth in Alberta belongs to the federal government. So, belongs to those states, and they only pay tax and royalties
Thank you.
to the federal government.
Thank you, Brother Chris.
Applies in the United States, and same thing applies in Australia. So that's a
Thank you.
very poor, and that is one of the things that is wrong with the Constitution of
Nigeria. Thank you very much, Brother Chris. God bless you. Thank you very much. I appreciate every one of you. I'm here listening and learning from everyone right here, especially my wonderful panelists. I'll hand over back again to Kashi. Kashi, over to you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Ninja. Watch.
Miss Kachi, please. This is Jimoron.
Speak. I think it's my turn.
Okay. No, it's not. We have somebody here that has not said anything at all.
Oh,
Mr.
okay.
Ola.
My bad.
Mr. Ola, good evening.
Thank you, the panelists. Thank you, my dear sister Kachi. I really appreciate everyone. I know, you guys have said a lot, excellent comments. But there's something I always want all of us to understand.
Okay.
The root cause. We always see. Don't let us call the southern youth names or the northern youth name. If we look back, the people that design Nigeria, they have a purpose. It's just like when you configure a computer, you have a goal for it. Nigeria is already configured to be like this. If we are just fighting ourselves, we are just fighting ourselves. That's everybody's looking for how to get visa, go anywhere. We just fight ourselves forever. Nigeria is already configured like this. They already project our people to be in abject poverty. When you are in poverty, you master will control you. Our people, do we all think that during the answers that our people cannot stay? They have the courage, but we were not trained like that. We were not built up like that. Look at what happened during the I Can't Breathe in America here. The police were attacking, even killing some blacks, but they are still, keep going. But in Nigeria, once it happen like Mama Shemala, call your bikino. Everybody. That is how we're built up. It is not our fault. But can we continue like this? Answer is no. I know they are talking about a constitution. Constitution. We all know that constitution has a play. I mean, this thing to part to play.
Okay, Mr. Ola, please. Sorry, I'm going to interrupt you. I'm so sorry. We have a caller. So sorry about that, please.
No problem.
Good evening. Thank you for calling Niger Watch today. All right, no problem, sir. Okay, Mr. Ola, please go ahead.
Like I was saying, so what can we do? The only thing we can do right now that I see that it works for me and works for so many of us that find ourselves privileged in America, then you realize that, nobody can tell you what is not anymore. You will take him to court. No, you cannot tell me. Even in Nigeria, if you find yourself in Nigeria now, you know you're right. Even they will even respect you. The people will call elite. You can't see the video and be screaming behind him. No, because you know that things have changed. If our people, what we can tell our people right now is that from the local government election, the president cannot do it alone. He must have a senators, rep members. Even if Peter Obi become president today, he can be impeached. All of us should remember that the majority are from the north. See, I know a lot of speakers, they have said a lot of, make beautiful, comments. There are a lot of things we can do. We can do this thing. Look at it. Let's say 3 states in the south. If we have governor like Peter Obi, 3 governors like in the south like Peter Obi, things will turn around. The Boko Haram, they will even have access to penetrators. It's because our governor, they have hit. Even all the pastors we are talking about, it's not that they can't speak, but the corruption, they already put something in their pocket. Now they don't have nothing to say. It's indirectly. Indirectly, they will control you. They give you something today that has nothing, that you didn't work for. Tomorrow you have nothing to say. They will even, I don't want us to call anybody's name or anything. But when we look at it, that how can we fix it? The solution is that it is not only the presidency. Tell all our people, is it Labour Party that is the great? Come on, Labour Party must start coming out from Lagos State. Let us take over Lagos State. What about River State? Those powerful states that the Nigerian government cannot toy with. Let us take over those states. The youth, we have the numbers. Then Mr. Peter Obi, because we need the power to come to the south like anything. Even though if it's a goat they want to carry now in the south, all of us should supposed to support him. It's just like what happened in America last time when they were proud boys. All of us were aware about our proud white boys during Trump. Proud white boy, they were out there carry guns. But when Biden came in, did you find them? I bet you if we find another president that from the south, all these Boko Haram estimate will disappear. But that will buy us time. We need to change our governors first. Let us change them. President cannot do it alone. I used to work with Ali Botti. I cry, not even today. Go to Delta State. They don't use kerosene. They use firewood. Where they are extracting this oil, they use firewood. We don't tell ourselves, is it Buhari that is stealing the money in Delta State? Is it Buhari that is stealing money in Lagos State? See, I yield my time back. Thank you, Naija Wash.
I think Madam want to take some little break.
Yeah,
Sister,
okay.
yeah, Sister Rita,
Mr. Rita,
Rita,
can you
take
go
over.
on? Then Mr. Emo can go on as well. Mrs. Rita, can you go on?
Okay, thank
And
you very
everybody
much.
mute themselves apart from Mrs. Rita for now.
Okay, thank you very much, my brother Israel. Yeah, and my brother Israel, I think there's some perception of the northern people that you were saying that was not quite accurate. But I'm not really gonna go into that right
No, my
now.
sister, you can go. We are here to educate our people. Let's go on. We are debating now.
Okay. No, I don't want to be like maybe I'm being vindictive. That's why.
No.
There's
We are
something you
not
spoke
here to.
about.
We are not fighting. We are just
I know now.
bringing it.
I know. Um, I feel you were being economical with the truth when you were talking about with the Minister for Defense, and all that. We belong to a federal system of government, right? Um, and when you talk about security, each state, each constituted authority of the state, the governors, for example, um, they are they swore to the constitution to protect the lives and property of the state in which they govern.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't say, if you have men in the bushes, the headsmen, alleged Fulani headsmen in the bushes, killing our people and raping our young girls and boys in the forest, and you say, we call the Minister of Defense. For crying out loud, for heaven's sake, we have a governor, we have a constituted authority. He's the number one man in the state, and he has access to the security vote, which is coming from the federal. So the question you should be asking, I feel, is apart from the governors, you should also be asking your federal representatives. So calling the Minister of Defense, it's like you're just being economical with the truth. And when you said that, it just seems like as if maybe you want to cover up for Governor Obaseki in the case of Edo State.
Let me
Right.
quickly clear you on that. Did the National Assembly not put in a vote on that one? Have they talked about it? Were they not debate? Now I want to hold on.
I am
You
going
said so. Hold on.
local now, my brother.
Hold on.
Local,
We are in the federal
national.
system. I understand. Is this thing a state issue or a national issue? This is what I'm trying to say now.
Talking about, for example,
no, the way you're citing it,
now. Okay, this
I understand. Nothing
one
has.
after the other, please.
I am trying to. I think Israel. I think you need to just give me. I just want to be quick before I just make my point. And then another part you were talking about Buba Galadima like lambasting the Buhari government. We all know that Buba Galadima's daughter, she has been working under the Buhari administration. Listen, the quarrel between Buba Galadima and President Muhammad Buhari is a family quarrel as far as we should understand. But he tries to intertwine it in politics. He was even questioned about that. Like this same man that you are blasting, and you're talking about his administration and how all his in-laws and cousins are all wealthy and all that. But his daughter works for the government, and then he laughed and said, "Well, if the president want to appoint somebody who is qualified, fine." His daughter went to. I mean, she's well read and all that. Are you trying to tell me there's no other northern person or southern person that could have taken that position? So please, that's why I keep saying I don't like to make so much reference to Buba Galadima because what is happening with President Buhari is a friendship quarrel, is a family quarrel. Do not fight in their wars.
Do you want me to
another
respond?
aspect. Sorry?
Do you want me to respond to you on that?
No.
No, I just want to just finish quick. And you were talking about the northern people, how they don't dress Dolce and Gabbana. Let me tell you, the northern people, especially the elites, especially they don't go to the stores. The stores come to them. And the difference between the north and the southern people, when it comes to we show off too much in the south. We show off too much. These people, they have all the designers in the world, even the ones you haven't heard, bigger D&G. So don't underestimate them or make it seem like maybe they are not astute or they're not flamboyant. They are flamboyant when they want to. If you're in their gathering, you'll be so shocked how flamboyant they are. So you just have to get it right. I don't want us to paint the Northerners like maybe they're this subservient kind of people. They are not. They go to school, they're intelligent. Majority of them do. Now, I don't know if you want to respond, but I want to go back to the Constitution of Nigeria. So that I don't
let me quickly respond before you go back to the Constitution.
Okay.
Okay, thank God you live in also a defined democracy there. Now, the issue is a national security. Okay, you're trying to make it look as if there is a state or anything. When a state is not being governed well, the federal authority can use that excess power to put in some machineries then and say to remove these things. Now, this thing that hold on. You were asking a question and say maybe I was trying to portray whether Governor Obaseki. What's my business with Obaseki? That's not business with him. This is something that has to do with the national security. Don't we have don't we have intelligence? Don't we have the police that receive intelligence? What have they done? This is one thing we must all we are always pointing issues to when it comes to what is Nigeria what is Nigeria for? Is it happening only in a war? Is it not happening in the whole federation? When do we have our defense minister? When do they sit down to actually say, when are we going to deal with this issue? When the Black Lives Matter started and there was a protest in Minneapolis, when it becomes overwhelmed, what did the federal authorities in America did? They sent in the federal police.
My brother, before
what are we trying to say here? When the issue is more than what is happening, we don't want to control we don't want to talk to the federal authority because we say that, they are giving this, they are giving this one, they are giving this one.
Israel, you are convoluting the conversation here. You are mixing
it
it
is
up.
not because you are trying to make me look as if I am trying to portray who a governor is. If they are not doing their work, is it not the duty of the president to say, let us bring in this thing?
Buhari cannot go to each state to say what is Buhari cannot. Okay, Buhari cannot go to each state. I am not undermining what you're saying, but if we need to say things to make the world really understand, we need to say it properly. I am not undermining that the defense ministry exists. I'm not undermining that. Don't get me wrong. What I'm trying to say is that when it comes to Buhari cannot be everywhere, and that is why we have a democratic system. He has a representative in each state.
How many states have cried to Buhari of this insecurity?
Listen, my brother.
Oh, please let her finish, Engineer Ken, please.
If for example, if Edo State is in, sorry,
it was a mistake.
For example, excuse me, everyone,
sorry,
please.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, for example, if Edo State is going through security issues, for example, it is the duty of the chief security officer. The reason why I'm using Edo State, because that's where I'm from. I cannot speak for Ogun State or Ondo State. If Obaseki is having issues, either the money is not enough or security personnel is not enough, he has the constituted authority to ask for help from the federal. That is, if you want to read, that is even part of the constitution now we're talking about.
How many states have always cried for this insecurity?
Israel, listen,
you are not getting the point. You are always lambasting on one side because the way you're saying it is one-sided.
Israel, I am not arguing to win you or to say I am right. I'm trying to make you understand. Please don't just hear my voice. Listen to what I'm saying, please. With all due respect, please, my brother. I'm trying to tell you, if it was so difficult, for example, for Obaseki to really he's not getting enough logistics, or the security money they give him every month is not enough. That is why he's a governor. He can go to Abuja and cry out to say, hey, my president, I need help. This is what my state is going through. But because of the bureaucracy going around it, he's not doing it. But it was easy for him to go to Abuja to ask for extra land.
I'm not listen.
Listen, what I'm saying?
Listen, I'm getting what you are saying. Listen, let me just clarify you on that.
I'm trying to make it plain and clear so people will understand.
You can make it plain and clear as possible, but I still get what you are saying. Now I want to clarify you on one thing. You are always saying this one because we don't want to talk. They are governors, or they are whatever they want to do. Everybody, we have the power to also talk to them. Okay. I am going to speak on behalf of all Nigerians. I'm not going to say the spots of one state. As Otom not cry to the federal government, are they not still be killing in that state?
Israel, you're always doing
No, you're not getting it because you are looking at it like we are not talking to Obaseki, because you always want to channel it to say we are not talking to Obaseki. Obaseki is a servant to the people. So if the same Governor Otom is it the same as if the same Edo State? Otom have they not be crying to the federal government? What did they do?
So let me come in now.
What did they do?
Israel, you know what? I don't think you get it, but okay, let me just leave this topic.
Let's leave that because
let me just leave this topic and let me go to the constitution.
Please let Madam talk about the constitution, and I think I'm the next person online because
why am I being muted? Kachi, did you mute me? My time wasn't up. My time wasn't up. I said I was going to talk about the Constitution, and I'm just going to be very, very brief. Everybody spoke, but why was I muted?
Mrs. Kashi, we are not hearing you when you are talking. Madam Kashi, we are not hearing you. I think there's a problem in your system.
Sister Rita, continue, Sister Rita.
Okay. As per the Constitution, I think Sir Andrew was asking, what is wrong? There's a lot of things that was wrong. I don't know if you remember in 2014, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, the former president, there was a confab that happened, and then that is every leader of every tribe in Nigeria came together, in Abuja, and we talked about the Constitution. They talked about a whole lot of issues going on, and the report till today, we haven't seen the report. Even Jonathan at 2014, I think it was August or so, he even asked the National Assembly, like, I need to see the report of that confab. Now, if that confab could exist, that tells you that there was a lot of problem. There was an amendment that needed to be done. And then the question that Mano Bendel said was asking, the people who wrote it, they were army generals. They were not people like you and me. It was not any traditional. Nobody was representing you there, Israel. Nobody was representing any of us. They only represented themselves. It's like it was another Berlin conference again. I will put it that way. Berlin conference in Nigeria. So they knew what to do to make it in their own favor, sort of, with the favor of the caliphate. And that is the fact. I can take it to the bank and I can say it with full chest. Now, what the Constitution was actually really focused on was, I think, the system of government, the structure of the government, devolution of powers, revenue sharing, resource control, I think state and local government elections, gender equality, stuff like that. Even talking about even children's rights and recognition of the different indigenous tribes in Nigeria. Those things are very, very paramount. Those are the most pivotal part of creating a constitution. And I think that confab report, till date, people are still asking about it. Now, I wouldn't even put so much emphasis on the president. Like if Peter Obi was the president, it is the National Assembly that can use that confab report, come to referendum and then adjust the existing 1999 constitution so that nobody will feel cheated in all these things I've pointed out. And I think there's so many other points in which the constitution has to be revamped. It has to be recalibrated. So that's why even if it's Jesus Christ, somebody say not Jesus Christ, even if it's a saint that becomes the president, we are still going to be in the same cycle because the constitution is faulty.
Okay, let me respond to that as well. You call my name.
Yes.
Can I respond to that?
Yeah, because of thank you.
All right, let me respond to everything you said. Well, thank God you said the National Assembly. And thank God you know that people are from every state are representing each constituency in that National Assembly. So they are the people to cry out. And the Constitution gave rights to that. What are they? The three arms of government is what is there. The judiciary, the executive, the legislative, and the judiciary. The National Assembly, what does it represent? Is it not the legislative? So they make laws. Now, if they understand what the Constitution says, like what you have just put there now, so it means that these people who are there, they're actually doing it for themselves. We need to tell them to respect us and to respect our rights. We need to elect people who has a clue to how this constitution can be managed and to suit the Nigerian people.
Guys,
Hold on.
Can you please hear me? Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, please tell me you can hear me.
Yeah.
Now we're hearing you.
It's okay
now.
Okay, please go ahead.
Can I say this, Machiavelli? I want you to, to crown it. I mentioned some
that's what I want to do
now.
Mention
some points. Even though Peter Obi become president today, let's say they gave him like smooth hand, and we still vote all these hungry.
Yes, they will give him some time.
God bless you. Please go ahead.
This is the problem, because the 3 tiers of government, the people should know that the Constitution spells it out. And we, the people who elect those people, that we must elect people that will represent those 3 tiers that can work for us. And that is how a constitution can work. Because if you have somebody like Peter Obi and you have the National Assembly, crowded with those cabal, they are going to envelop him with poverty. And anything he says, they are going to make sure that they crushed it, because they want to make that place ungovernable for him. This is the problem. And this is why we must tell the people, when electing people, especially the Senate, how many senators do we have? We have 109 senators. Let's assume Labour Party take maybe 109 senators. And who is there in the House of Representatives? We have 360. 360 to 109. Is it not these people that's going to win? So you must know that for you to have a better governance, to make that constitution work for you, it is the National Assembly that you must capture. So the one you were talking about, the insecurity, I will not align with you on that. Impossible. This is my own opinion. This is it. You cannot tell me that anything that is happening in a state that the federal does not have anything, they don't have hand in it. They don't know what it is. Is it not the central government? No, now let me finish now.
You keep
You've been talking since.
misconstruing my words. If you don't
No,
understand,
because
ask me.
Autumn, because you want me to speak on Obaseki. I have nothing against Obaseki, and I don't. If my governor, if I want to question him, I can question him.
I don't know why.
I don't care about who is there. But
Sister Rita,
my question is,
Sister Rita, you allow him to finish. Allow him to finish.
You guys, please. You guys, really, this is not nice. A lot of people are watching and nobody's even hearing what anybody's saying because everybody is just talking all at once. Please, you might have different views and different opinions about stuff, but let's just try and take it one after the other. Please.
So let the fresh man come in. Please, can I say something?
No, it's not your turn. It's my turn, Mr. Papa. It's my turn.
My thing is, I will round up and I'll give the floor. That is my own opinion.
Can you guys please take it one after the other?
Or Tom,
people can hear.
When the killing started in his state, he went to the federal, he appealed, he was on air. You didn't say that there was a security vote. This is the thing. It's not happening in one state. This is the whole federation being held to ransom. What is the national security? Have you ever heard that the Nigerians they've raised their alert level to see if you live in a developed country, if anything happens in one state, you see the central government will say the alert threat going to raise it to maybe 1 or 2, or to decrease it or increase it. You've never heard it from Nigeria. This is when I started on my own. When I first started, I said something happened. There was an information, there was a counterintelligence that was said by one of the governors that this is the thing they are going to start doing. Why then did they not sit down and say, what are we going to do now to make sure that this thing does not happen? I'm asking, where is the National Assembly? Why? I don't understand. So we continue to say the constitution is wrong, with this one is wrong, the other one is wrong. Then the 3 tiers of government, all these people are interfering on each other's matter. How can the constitution now work? A National Assembly does not know their duty. The judiciary will not know their duty. The executive will not know their duty. Is it not the 3 tiers of government that give the roadmap to how a country can be governed? So I don't know. Maybe someone else might take it. Thank you.
Okay,
right.
I will take it now.
Who is speaking,
no, it's me. Who is that? It's me, Midwest.
Okay, Mr. Okundaye. Mr. Okundaye.
Yeah, you spoke before me.
I know. Just give us solution.
Mr. Okundaye,
Good evening. Good evening. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Good evening, sister.
Good evening, Mr. Okundaye. Mr. Okundaye, please go ahead.
Good evening, Najawash, and good evening, all the panelists. Good evening, all the viewers, and all the listeners, and all the commenters. But I've been calling you, you refuse to pick my call. Well, that is not even. I'm sorry to say this one, because this is how I'm going to say things today. First is what I'm surprised that you people are saying SAT cannot unite, SAT are not unite. How will SAT unite educated people? The people that can unite are the primitive people. So that is why they unite. So in education, there is no unity. Education causes confusion because everybody are wise. So since SAT are well educated because they can talk another man language, or because they just feel wearing theatre cloth, other people did not wear theatre cloth. So they are more wiser than those people. So it will always happen when people feel they are now on top of the sky. You see another white man, you also you want to be like him. And the way he practices his life, you cannot practice it that way. So it will always be like this. Then, if we, like day before yesterday, I was talking that with the Benin Empire or the Benin family, as you must say, my own people, we are now telling me now this is not a new model. We are not having we are not in a federation or this, that. They forget that other people they refer to have different states, but they are still family. They still make meeting together because of our education. Because we believe now we have now in the modern world that and things cannot. So that is the unity. That is what our people are facing because it is education. That is whatever people
Okay,
talk
so
about.
Mr. Okundaye, are you saying that because of education, the South can never be united?
Yes. Now, when people are too educated, have you seen mathematics teacher combing his head? No, because he's always calculating. So the South are well educated. So take unity away from them. Take wiseness away from. Sorry. Since they are too wise, take ignorance away from them.
No.
So
I
that is
disagree
it.
with you, Mr. Kunaye. Mr.
So
Kunaye,
how do you
Let
think?
me
How do
talk.
you
If
think
I
they
finish,
can
let him round
make
up.
Can you
If I
please
finish,
allow
you
Mr.
pick.
Okundaye talk?
Because
You guys, please, you really need to stop this. It's not even funny anymore. Please,
because
I'm begging you guys.
the Northerner looking for power. The Northerner are not educated. The Northerner are dirty. The Northerner are primitive, but they are the one controlling educated one. They are the one controlling professor. They are the one controlling judges. They are the one controlling. That is how educated people think. That's why the educated one cannot unite because they are well educated. The Northerner unite because they are not educated. Then for the Christianity, I will say this because this one, because one brother there said he hates Sowore by going to the court with herbalists. Now, this is where we people get it wrong. I'm surprised why he was saying, sorry for those that they killed. The Bible said, for those that are being persecuted, heaven is their position. So, heaven is their position. Why must Christians be crying that they killed their own brother? Because they are already in heaven. So they don't need to, nobody need to cry.
So,
Now,
Mr. Okundaye, do you think
yes.
Africans are praying to the right God?
Oh, Mama, since the white man book is not our God, then whatever the white man book says, it is what we believe. Since we now reject our own human life, if it is the time of the time we be practicing what you people call devil now, these things will not happen. Even if they shoot, safe, they cannot kill all those people like that. They can shoot that when we bring out water, ordinary water. But what meant let us to know that is devil, but they do God, they do bulletproof. And a person is standing.
You don't start.
I'm not that start. I'm telling you the fact. And a person is telling us here that those things are demon. White man is the one that do bulletproof. They do bomb. They do everything. They do gun. And they told us that our own bulletproof is demon. And our people believe it. Now, I will ask that brother a question. The Bible not describe heaven for us. Did it not describe a fire? Can he tell me a name of the person, or can he tell the world the name of the person who have went to heaven and returned back to come and describe it? Or tell us the name of the person who have went to hellfire and returned back to come and describe it? Because if you did not have a phone, you cannot describe how the phone look like. You cannot describe what is inside because you haven't seen it. So,
okay. So you think we are praying to the wrong God in Africa? That's just what
Mama, we have fallen because we are following what the white man used to come and deceive us, and we believe that is it. The white man, Mama, I'm going to say something here. You will see. The white man told us that the Bible said, their God said, don't make people a slave. What were they taking our peoples to? A slave. They were taking them for a slave. The Bible told them that don't kill. They were killing our people. The Bible told them that don't steal. They were stealing our property. I don't understand how the person believe that thing is truth. So that is what is happening in that place. Then when we say government, by the time we remember all these things that we were a family, and always say whether the British come to kill our people and steal our property, or they did not come and kill our people and steal our property, that unity must revise back. This Fulani will run. And until we start thinking that Jesus Christ is the one that come and save us, there is a place called heaven that people will go. These things, if we remember and say, just take alligator pepper, if you know what they call a binary or the equator, chop some inside, ask those people know it, let them shoot you AK-47 from morning till evening, we not enter. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Okundaye. Thank you very much for that. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take you around one
Mr.
more
Mr.
time before
Okunaye,
we bring.
Mr. Okunaye,
I'm going to take you around again one more
Council,
time, please.
just a
Sir?
minute,
Um,
just a minute,
bro,
just a
nice.
minute, just a minute. Mr. Okunaye,
Sir?
yeah, Mr. Okunaye,
Who is
please,
who
I
is
want you to send
speaking,
me,
please?
this is Engineer Ken. Let me know your off days at work or your next vacation. I will be inviting you to the White House for this spiritual bulletproof that you just that our ancestors have, so that we need more of those here in America than Nigeria. Thank you very much.
But you okay? So if you have the leave there, if you have the leave there, if 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 you can call person, tell him to send you a bay INV or in the name Regueyoto or the real Edo West INV. If you can pronounce that word to a person who is in Nigeria that is in the village, he will send you the leave. He will put it and snap it for you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Okundaye. But first of all, I want to clear an impression there. Mr. Andrew never said he hated anything. He was just giving his own personal opinion. This is a platform where everybody can, air their views, say what is freedom of speech, provided you're not being rude or you're not throwing hateful comments to anyone. You can always air your views and say whatever it is you think. So Mr. Andrew never said he hated the fact that Chowore brought a juju man to court or whatever, but it's just against his belief. It's just throwing us his personal opinion. So that's just it basically. So let's go around again one more time, and before we bring the show to an end, I'll start from the top to the bottom, guys. So we have Tinubu. I'm sure that's Bora Nice. Bora Nice.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank
let's
you.
take it again one more time.
Yeah. What do you want me to say? Because I don't know if we are diverting from the main this thing now.
Yes,
They are talking about
that's
spirituality
why
now.
I had to clear that over there. I just had to clear that. We just want to bring the show to a wrap. I just need you to, you know, because a lot of people have been saying different things. We're talking about why the Southerners are not united. What are the solutions? How Peter Obi is the president of social media. Somebody said that in the comment section, that is the president of social media. I think Machiavelli also mentioned about, something like Peter Obi. He doesn't have what it takes to be the next president of the country. I mean, he also backs it up with some facts and all of that. I just want you to touch a little bit of everything that we've been saying, and yeah, that's just it basically.
Yeah, what I would just have to say is that we should stop dreaming, thinking that miracle will happen automatically for us. Look at what Ukrainians are doing. They are fighting, defending their land. When our people they sit down in their comfortable zone, saying that when you pick a leave,
Branice, please
eh?
just give me a moment, please. Somebody is calling, please.
Okay.
Please. Hello, good evening. Thank you for calling Ninja Watch.
Hello, it's Miguel. I have some participation if you give me some time on the WhatsApp phone number.
This is the WhatsApp phone number, sir. You can call this on WhatsApp and directly as well. I've not received your WhatsApp call. I've only gotten this direct call from you. Would you like to make your contributions via this call?
I don't know if I have enough cash to go on direct call. I just want to correct some information there.
Okay.
By the national uneducated illiterate, which I completely refuse. You see, if you take statistics of all the northern governors, most of them are professors and engineers.
The northern governors, most of them are professors and engineers.
Let them take statistics and see why those ones in the that are mostly at zero. So, When people say the Southerners they are not cooperating, it is true. They don't like us. They don't like ourselves. I don't know if it is the Northerners that made us so. Our people, right from this platform, I've been telling them, they hate themselves. In the North, Buhari was like to say because you will never hear any Northerners complain about their own people. It is we in the South. This one has two, this one has two, that one has two. And that is what is going on. Madam Cathy, we don't do respect. I just took the decision to speak to you people, but I've decided not to participate in church program anymore because, especially people in the diaspora, they seem not to understand what politics is all about. They just come and start discrediting a lot of people, and now of them are chatting for the same thing they did with
Sure.
That's
okay.
We are not sure what exactly we talk about because we know that's what like this state in Nigeria. We started to which they were representing very local government. Because I'm on the direct phone call, I would like to put on WhatsApp.
Okay, this is the WhatsApp number. You can drop more of your comments on the WhatsApp. Thank you very much, sir, for that. The caller is just elaborating on how the Southerners don't like each other. I think we've talked about that enough. How the Southerners don't like each other. What we should really be talking about is the way forward, not deliberating on the issues, because it's tiring to keep talking about the problems over and over again without making any headway. Very nice. Please go ahead with what you were saying.
You see, those people that is complaining the Southerners are not united, they should start from their own self. They themselves, do they like their own fellow brothers and sisters? They always come here to condemn people, to criticize people. That's the problem they have. You know, they like gossiping. They cannot speak with same voice. This one will come and say something at the back. This one will come and say something at the front. You know, all those kind of attitude is irritating me. You know, later they will say they are not united, they are not united. They will start from their own self. They that is talking. Are they united? Do they like their own fellow brothers and sisters?
That's why we're here. That's why we're all talking.
Let me just phrase what I'm saying. According to what Machiavelli was saying, I'm 100% with Machiavelli. You understand? Machiavelli, he speaks and he gives facts and he quotes some articles in the Constitution, which people that is countering him, they cannot quote anyone in the Constitution. If you want to counter anybody, you need to know what the Constitution say. You know, you don't know what Constitution say. You want to counter someone that is even speaking from the facts. So because as we are here now, we want to learn and we want to know the facts. That is why the reason why we are here. You understand? Right. So that we will know our front, our left and right, and know so that we will know our rights. So that when we comes to face with our politician, we will know and we will know what is our right. We can counter them with our rights. That is why we are here. We need to argue with facts. You know. So what I'm trying to say.
The question I'm going to throw now, and I think I'll throw it around to everybody, is how do you think we can come together? How do you think we can be united? Because enough of all we are not united, we can't do this, we cannot do that, we cannot do this. Yes, the truth is, we can achieve little by being divided. There's little or nothing we can achieve when we're divided. So what do you think that we can do to
the only way unity will come in Nigeria, we need a serious revolution. That is the only way unity will come. If there is no unity, because corruption have eaten deep in our society. Okay. Both the youth, both our institution, everything is corrupt. So we need a serious revolution. After that revolution, that is where everybody will come to negotiating table. That is where all of us will unite. We will not recognize ourselves, because with one now, nothing will happen.
everything will remain the same. I'm telling you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr.
Thank you.
Goranize. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to move to Midwest people.
Thank you, madam.
So, what do you think we can do to come together, to be united, to
Yeah.
be able to fight this?
You see, if we were to be practicing through democracy, our PVC with Peter Obi would have been so assured of changing things for us. But when you look at what is going on in our country now, everybody have to really digest it very well and understand that the current president came in with an agenda and is trying to finish that agenda with all means, even without listening to anybody. For me, I love Peter Obi to be the president, but my question is, what will Peter Obi really do under this circumstance? I don't want to go back to all those things we are arguing, like constitution or whatever, because I just threw that one in. It starts with lie. No, but my king was not there. My kingsmen were not there. So when it was written, so it's a totally like Berlin conference, as that woman said, and that's the truth. So then that one has gone. Now you see, this Buhari is, I keep on saying, is a gift to we the Satans, and God is using him. There is a way God works. It's not, God doesn't work just the way we men plan it to work. There's a way God moves for his people. Now, the frustration, I pray for them not to change it. That we come to Southwest. This will prompt a new era for the country. Nigeria is on a journey. This may likely speak truth to what we are suffering in the southern part of Nigeria. Because the division and distrust that we have is as a result of lack of truth. People were not willing to speak truth to the reality that is on ground for years. They want to outsmart one another, trying to play game of I'm smarter than this, it favor me. But what we have in the South is enough to take care for every one of us. But because it's not truth, is not there. And I think we are suffering that's why we are suffering what we are suffering today. So by the time that frustration coming to Southwest within the political elite, this will prompt them to make another move. Because for me, I believe everything that will still help us as a certain people will come from that direction. One thing I have to tell people, the reality on ground, the Yorubas are the most prepared people. Just forget about we like Midwest or South or maybe Southeast. Forget about noise. One thing I have to tell you, they are also dealing with this issue with caution. They don't want it to be on a violent level, and they don't want people to push them into violence. They know the cost and the consequences. Now, that is why even the Northerners knew very well that the only people that can really stand them now is also the West. I will tell you why. You see the way they came out with Amotekun, it was shocking to the federal government. And the next move, these people will move, may likely shock the rest of Nigeria.
Okay.
So we should not undermine it. But what we are going to say is this. Any move, any region is trying to move in the South, they should be mindful of everybody that live in the South. South is like a keg of gunpowder that people doesn't agree on anything. So any move you are moving, you will have to move it with truth. Don't move it with something that have to favor me, and that will create a problem. And any little problem in the South will also create an advantage for the North again. That's not what they have been suffering. So it's a very serious issue. But I pray that the Southern people realize this fact, that the only way out now is for we to speak truth into this matter and build on things that unite us as a people. We have a lot of differences, but we also have things that unite us. So we can come out with, we want this, and that's what we want. There will be element of truth, dialogue, and understanding in it. Not just like we want power in the South, and you don't want to sit down to talk about where the power will go. That is what the Northerners are exploiting. After discovering that these people did not agree exactly where this power is supposed to go, there is a vacuum and we exploit it. And yes, they are exploiting it very well. But I pray that God will give these people this sense to understand that we have enough that can take care for us as far as that is concerned. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that input. I'm going to move to Mr. Jimo. Mr. Jimo, how do you think we can come together? What measures do you think we can take for us to be united? So, Jimo, can you hear me, please?
Thank you. Yes, I can. I actually wanted to talk first on this constitution that they're talking about.
I think we're
But
going to have a whole day to talk about that. We're going
no,
to bring that up
no.
as a full topic.
We need to set the record straight. We cannot just leave it like that. At least we also need to protect this platform, because
Okay.
when somebody will ask us to give to tell us what is wrong with the constitution, and we leave it like that, it's like we don't actually know, or we don't have anything to say. The
Okay, please,
constitution.
Mr. Jimo, please. I have a call. Can you please just hold a bit, please?
Okay.
Thank you very much. Hello. Hi. Good evening. Thank you for calling Ninja Watch. You guys, please mute your mic. Please mute your mic, please. Sorry, sir. Please go ahead.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
I want to feed the okay, because English not be our language.
No wahala. Go ahead. We dey hear you.
I don't go the.
No wahala. We dey hear you, sir. Go ahead.
See, my sister, you know what I'm saying about Nigeria, Let us be sincere to ourselves. The area we are like, there's no need to deceive ourselves. There's a brother who just called like the name Mr. What is the name of now? Guys, I don't understand. He said something. Someone is saying that no, we don't promote war, we don't promote that, blah blah blah. See, these Fulani people, there's one thing we need to understand. That brother he just explained his experience. You understand? You know, we say the war, why you start for this platform? You understand? Because this like that what the whole world they want this platform. You understand? Nigeria is best. You understand? You see your experience. It's like we see the fear. These people they kill everybody they go. They kill. We see the
So what do you think? What do you think can be done? What do you think can be done?
My opinion is this, let we Christians, start now. Let's escalate. Because our bishop, Nigeria, all those Nigerian bishops, all those pastors, whatever, they don't fail us. All those people, they don't care for us. They don't fucking care, my sister. No, we don't deceive ourselves again. We don't pass that area. Everybody don't white, Now, fishing that area we do now. Because they don't have those things. People when they kill yesterday, no one of those bishops come out. Our Mumuna will finish, for Christ's sake.
He go finish.
Continue like this. No. Let me sincere to ourselves. So yeah, I cannot tell the Italian people that I'm in Nigeria because they look all like we are from shit home. According to this former US
President
Donald Trump. I don't continue this nonsense, my sister. No, they tell ourselves the truth. The first is war, he explained Phyllis. You know, he said the war, why you start? Now, what did they happen? They can't deceive us now. Please, I beg all those our bishops there. May they do something. If not, very soon, hey God. They say, you go read that motto. You just mark out time. You read that motto because it's when this thing happened yesterday. I never see any of them come out. Go say no, this thing, they don't fix enough. Keep quiet because they have money. They don't fucking care for you and you know. They don't fucking care. Hello, my sister. Hello, can you hear me?
I'm here. I can hear you loud and clear, sir. Everybody can hear you.
They don't care. They don't care for us. They don't care. We need to. It's like everybody just. Nigeria na country be say nobody for you. If you feel make you make her. No, we don't pass that area.
Okay.
Everybody don't wake up.
So you are saying the bishop should come out and say something concerning this issue. Okay. Amen. And you too. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. The thing everybody is feeling the pain. All right. Thank- all of us dey vex. Everybody dey vex. Everybody dey vex. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Okay, bye. Okay.
So, can I continue?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Thank you. I'm going to talk about the Constitution because there was a question on this. There's please, we should mute. There's a question that was asked by Mr. Andrew and I think my brother, Mr. Israel.
Okay.
They said, "What is wrong with the Constitution?" And they kind of said a Midwest Republic couldn't give them a particular chapter. I want to make bold to say that the entire Chapter 2 of the Constitution of Nigeria is unenforceable. Unenforceable. And I will tell you why it is unenforceable. Now, you see, the Chapter 2 states that he's talking about the duties of the citizens and the fundamental right of the citizens and what the states should do. Now, I will read from the Constitution. It said, hold on a minute.
Mr. Jimo, we're waiting for you.
Please, let me read. It said, this Chapter 2 houses the section 13 to 24 of the Constitution, which say that for certain duties of the government for the benefit of the citizenry as well as duties of the citizens of the state. In section 18.3, I hope my brother Nice will put it down. Section 18.3, in the charter, it provides us that government shall strive to eradicate illiteracy. And to this end, government shall, as and when practicable, provide free, compulsory, and universal primary education, free university education, and free adult illiteracy program. In section 14B and C of the charter, provides the security of the welfare, security and welfare of the people shall be the primary purpose of government. But if you go down, it is not enforceable because they said as at when practicable. If they refuse to give the free primary education, you can't go to court because they will tell you it is not practicable. I just want to give a section, just one of it because of time. So I think every one of us will know that the constitution of this country is a very big hindrance to the development and success of this country. So please, let us not say that we don't have chapters to quote in the constitution. We have a lot, but this is very fundamental. That's the reason why I quote this one. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Jimo. Thank you for that. We're going to move to Engineer Ken.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much. You asked what is the solution and what do Nigeria need right now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Number one, the constitution of Nigeria is only work in the south, southwest, and southeast. It does not work in the north. Do you understand me? You know,
Okay.
even in the education factor in the school, that you have to score more score over 300 or over 200 before you can into the college. But in the north, we have about below 100 or even in hundreds, that will take you. And we call ourselves the same country. The only thing that can bring Spanish to that country is revolution by gun. I might sound violent, but it's a fact. This is what I know, and I know it very, very well. The only thing that can change that country is a revolution. That this so-called the elite politicians and the old corrupt generals in the north and in the south, the pastors and the politicians that are corrupt, they have to pay dearly. for it, and they can't pay without going down with guns. After wiping those people out, then the constitution will now be rewritten again. Without that, Nigeria will not have a bright future.
Okay.
And another thing again that I have to say, I know so many of us all over the world, and even in Nigeria, are watching, listening to us every day on this platform. I want to congratulate you for hearing the voice of freedom and for hearing the voice of the truth.
Thank you,
For hearing
engineer.
the voice of the truth. The thing is this: you people should get ready. Get ready. Go buy your guns. Get ready. Because there is war coming to that country. The country is at war. You know, this is the time that we have to retaliate back. This is the time that we have
Okay.
to retaliate back to the Fulanis.
Engineer Ken. Okay. Engineer Ken, can you hear me? I think we lost Engineer Ken. Madam Rita.
Yeah. Hi, Kachi. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So please, the question
Yeah.
is, what do
Okay.
you think can be done? How can we be united to even fight it? Because I mean, for us to even move forward, there has to be unity. We have to be united to be able to do this as one workforce. So what do you think can be done?
Yeah, I have thank you for that question. I have said it earlier on. I said the only way the southern part of Nigeria um can grow or can improve in unity is for us to put partisan politics down, recognize the hegemony of the northern part of Nigeria,
Okay.
and come together, realize that we are coming together not because I belong to any of this political party, but because we want the South to progress. And there's something that they need to also understand. I mean, it's also part of understanding the hegemony of the North is the northern part of Nigeria. We don't think alike. We don't dress alike. Our ideology is different. Our system of education is different. And the northern part of Nigeria, they understand themselves. They understand what their ideology is. But we in the southern extraction, one of our major problem is we are still thinking we are one Nigeria in our minds and in our hearts. The northern part of Nigeria feel the north is Nigeria, not the south. So by the time we start thinking in those lines, it's not because you hate the north or you want to be separated, you want to be one Nigeria. We need to understand ourselves first. But the South have refused, or maybe it's just that ideology of one Nigeria, it can be Hausa, Igbo, or Yoruba, as long as the person can do the job. But what are we seeing today? It doesn't go on that in those lines. It doesn't go that way. The northern doesn't think that a southern part of it's north, south, or middle belt can be Nigeria. They don't care. They care. What they care is a northerner has to be the president of Nigeria. That's what they care. They care that a northern person has to be minister of defense, has to be the head of the army, has to be head of the navy. That's how they think. We have not gotten to that realization, and that's where our problem is. And we keep thinking we are one. We are one in our hearts, but the North doesn't think that way. So we need to come together, like I said earlier, put politics aside, bring everything out on the table, and then we can, agree, compromise, and then agree with one mind. Because if we're not in one mind, we are just playing a game of marble. We have to just put party aside. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Madam Rita. We have Mr. Ola next. Mr. Ola. Okay, I think Mr. Ola is not ready for us. We're going to move straight to Mr. Aigbe. Mr. Aigbe, good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, Sister Kashi. Good evening,
Thank
the
you.
panelists. Good evening, viewers. Peace unto you all from Vantica. God bless you.
Okay. So, Mr. Aigbe, I don't know if you got the question, because I mean, with everything we've been
Yeah.
talking about, people kept saying the southern part of the country is not united. No matter what we do, we will not be able to move forward. We will keep talking and talking without any improvement. And the truth is, keep dwelling on the problems is actually really tiring. We have to move from dwelling on the problems to preferring a solution and bringing it into action. So what do you think can be done? How can we be united to be able to achieve that goal?
All right, thank you, my dear. Thank you for this question. Meanwhile,
Thank,
before I start, I want to first and foremost congratulate the efforts of every one of you,
thank you very
and
much.
congratulate the effort of Mr. Jim, who was trying to review, some errors of the constitution, that was imposed on us. Like the chapter of the constitution that he was quoting was from the one that the military imposed in us, because the constitution that we are using in Nigeria today was designed by the military. Never a time that the politicians themselves sit down together or consult the Nigerian citizens together and say, let us draft a constitution. So they were operating on that one military imposed on us, or the one we take from the military. Then in 1999, they now they amend it to the one the area that of privilege and the way that we switch them. So that's why you see where they are still operating on all this ground, because they believe that the constitution, many areas of the constitution back them up, to do undo. Then come to the question that you asked. In fact, what I saw in the headline, in the headline of this broadcast, that Lawan has been endorsed by, as a concession
Yes.
to Buhari. That is not true. I don't think anyway. Every element of every element of rumors, there must be truth. But I don't think that is going that way. What I want to say in that chapter is that we should be expecting what play in the era, in the PDP primary. Similar things going to see play in the APC primary. That is what I am seeing. And according to the governor of Nasarawa State speaking this evening, that is what I'm seeing, because they have already prepared their ground and where they want to go for their primary. So it's not like they are giving hand to one person, but I'm seeing something here that, like the way the game that the governor of Sokoto play in PDP primary, similar thing will happen, or exactly such a game we play, because that is what I'm seeing right now. Then come to your question, my sister. You see, the problem that we are having in the South is really unity. The problem we have in the South is unity. And you know what? You know why we are not uniting in the South? Because we the Southern, we do believe that we believe on that. We believe that we so much we are too educated. I don't know if you understand me. We don't take an idea from somebody who are not in our own level of education. These are the problems that we are having in the South, because we believe on the Western education too much. And the Western people that educate us, if you travel to the Western world, you will find out that the ways of an illiterate will be useful. Because why? The right has been given to illiterate or the vulnerable citizen to speak. And when they speak, the governors or the elect or the intellectuals, they use their idea to act. But we in the South, we are not, in the South of Nigeria, we are not operating like that. For example, let's come to this platform that we are, we are not united in this platform. Some of us are in a different direction. I know everybody cannot just lie down and take us to the same direction. But sometimes when you come to some level, you will understand that they will pick a point for what the other one is saying and pick a point for what the collective effort of point make us to, aim our goal through unity. I don't know if you're understanding my analysis. Hello, are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
So these are my views. These are my views that we don't really agree with each other. That is why you see that we become, vulnerable to the northern people because they have the unity mantle already. They have the unity symbol. We did it. I told something Devo yesterday. I mean, in this platform, I said that the Muslim people, they never, when you give them leaders, they don't want to dig too much about the leaders you give to them. When you give them leader, they respect the leader, and anywhere the leader is going, they follow that direction. Why? Because it's unity. Along the line, when they find out that the leader is not doing well, when you change the leader for them, they will still queue with that, with that leader. That is the power of unity. But we in the South is not like that. We in the South, we don't have that understanding of said, let us study leader, or let us see if leader is not doing well. Let us, understand the leader that has been given to us. Let us, we always show ourselves that, what can you, what will you say that, that will make me, analyze yourself very clearly before I will submit onto you. Whereas it cannot go like that. We are a multi-ethnic group in Nigeria. Even in the South that we're talking about, we are still multi-ethnic group in the South. Are you getting it now? So with that, we not get to that understanding of said somebody who want to lead us, we have to be, to be in the idea of the person, or to understand that we need to, understand our leaders to go with them. We cannot go anywhere. When we are operating in the area when somebody is saying yes, the other one will be saying no, the other one will be telling story, telling you that what you are saying is not correct. Whereas there are points that what you are saying that I will pick, add to my own talk or add to the other one that can make us to go forward. Are you getting it now? Of a truth, we are just talking. Some of us are supporting Peter Obi here. Some of us here are not really agree on that supporting Peter Obi. Some of us are not even, some of us never even know what we want. Are you getting it now? Some of us are still remaining in the ground that said, if APC come, let them give us good leader. If PDP come, somebody give us good leader. If AGA come or whatever, Labour come, let them give us good leader. Some of us remain in that category. So we can't go anywhere because there is power in unity. Are you getting it now? Look at the story of the tower that the children of the way that we are building in the world is in the Bible days. The Bible said God understands that these people have come to the power of unity. They are really building this, this tower to arrive a space. So God decided to, to disorganize the unity. So nothing unity cannot do. Unity can, if we really unite in South, I'm telling you, if we really unite in South and come to that understanding of say somebody have to be the edge that will lead every one of us. Are you getting it now? We cannot go anywhere. So that is my own opinion. That is my own take.
All right.
Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much, Mr. Igbe. Thank you so much for that. Now let's move to Naija. Good evening to you, Naija. How are you doing today?
Evening. Thanks for having me. I'm doing okay.
Okay.
Greetings to members of the panel. The question is about unity. Personally, I would like to even look at it from the context of the entire nation.
Okay.
Yeah, I think part of our problem is that we don't speak to each other honestly, and we are also conditioned. And part of the fact that we are conditioned is the fact that we don't know that we are conditioned. One,
Okay.
the UK, where I live in, and that's currently residing right now, not like where I live in forever, but they have a few nations inside the UK, like Scotland, UK, this in Ireland, Wales, and England. And one of them has more weight in the country because England has a higher population. And generally they run the country. Like, the country is run by a few set of people, really. Like, if you look at in the country, they've had 28 prime ministers that attended Oxford University, 14 from Cambridge, and the rest just have to share the remaining out of 10 remaining. So the leaders always tend to come from certain segments of societies. And in our country, one part of the problem is that we don't seem to understand the nature of Nigeria itself. If you ask Igbo, Yoruba, and Hausa, what is their share of the population of Nigeria, they actually think it's 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. But it's not. But it's not. If you don't know what you are doing your maths with, How are you going to know what you're dealing with? The North, Yorubas, this in Hausas are 70 million. Yorubas 30 million, Igbos 30 million. Then you start getting the minorities, the Fulanis and all the other groups. We have a sizable population of minorities in Nigeria. And these minorities are not listened to. If you look at the population of the minorities in Nigeria, let's see, the other groups are 20-something%. The Yorubas, 15%, Igbos, 15%, odd Ijos, 1.something%, Fulani, 6%, Tiv, 2.something%, Order, that's so small that they don't even bother to count their number. They are 24%. So if you don't know
Okay.
these numbers, you just expect power to be going to your side all the time until we start understanding this and understanding that, okay, there's a bigger dog in the house here. The houses are 30% on their own. And if we decide that, okay, we are not going to believe that, then you don't believe in numbers. You say you are the educated ones, and the so-called educated ones probably did that census in Nigeria. So how can we know these numbers and pretend as if it doesn't exist in our head? That's part of the problem. And what you have to understand is that the problem of the South is similar to the problem of the North. And the only difference is that it's even more acute in the North. The North, they are poorer, they have bigger problems than we do. The only advantage they have is their number and their sense of it appears as if they are united because they are big. They are tired of their leaders too. They are tired of the things they are suffering. We are all in the same mess. When we start relating to our leaders, and what I said it before, our leaders, when they go from the south to the north, with all their intelligence, you know what they do? They go to the emirs, they go to this, they go to one power broker, one kingmaker or the other. They never talk to the people. They see them as just people heads, people that they don't need to talk to. How can you relate to them when you don't refuse to talk to them? How can you know their problem? In America, when politicians go on campaign, they talk to everybody. They literally go and talk to them, go to their houses, find out their problems, try to know about it.
Mr.
Because if you know about
But
it,
does Nigeria even Mr. Tunanja, but does Nigeria even have the verified database to even verify all of these numbers?
because the numbers are, historical. It's not like started from today. And even when it was done, it was a southern president that was in office. So it wasn't like a northern president. Some of them were southern presidents that were in office. So I don't know whether they can cook it up. And if the international community, including the ones that oppose each other, believe in the numbers, we have to go with something. We can't just go with our feelings.
Okay.
So we have to confront the truths here. And I think when we start confronting the truths, we start getting to the base of the problem. One of the solutions is talk to ourselves, look each other eye to eye, and realize that we are all in the same mess. Northerners are not getting power supply. They are not getting more fuel than we are getting. We are all suffering. So we should understand that we have a common problem here that we need to solve. So secondly, we are all insecure in our country. If you want to solve your security problem, you look at why we have insecurity in the first place. The reason why we have insecurity in the first place, breaking news, we are paying for the security we are getting. This mess we are seeing, I don't understand why people are surprised. One Nigerian soldier has to defend more than 1,000 citizens. Have you stood in front of a mob of 1,100 people coming at you? Imagine them times 10 and add more. That's what one Nigerian soldier has to defend. And we wonder why we have insecurity. We spend the same amount of money that we spend going to watch movies that we spend defending our country. We spend 2.something billion going to watch movies a year. We spend 2.something billion on our defense force. We are undermanned. We are underspending on our infrastructure. We are underspending on everything. Why? Because Nigerians want to do things by themselves, individually. We don't do things as a group. What happens when you do things as a group? Your power magnifies. Group economy magnifies everything. That is why other nations do it. That is why the UK, you pay tax. That is why all the other civilized countries are doing well. So we have to start from there. We have to have redress our security problem, because right now we are pretending as if, and our leaders are lying. Oh my God, they are lying. They are such liars. That's the one that annoys me most, because they know this problem. I hate people, because even the Bible says that if you know
And
and you
last year,
pretend
we
as if
don't
you
even
don't know,
see, I think,
your
let me say, we pay like
sins are heavy.
1,008 or something of that nature.
Let me finish
Now
what
we
I was
pay
saying.
3,000 plus, 1,000 for something. And very
Somebody
you
mute
know
him.
us. Everybody's complaining all this shop where they cook with gas, electric gas and all kind restaurants. When they bring a big for them, people cannot believe it.
Can we mute him? I don't think he's talking in the background. So our leaders, our leaders are not telling us the truth. Nigeria has a population of 200 million, and we have a military at maximum, if we are using everything, 220,000. Egypt, a fellow African country, has about 100 and something million people, has 700,000 soldiers. Algeria, with 45 million people, not even up to, I think, around 43, they have also about 700,000 soldiers. These countries used to have terrorism problem too. They used to have all this insecurity problem, but they fixed it after they upgraded their security posture.
So
The
you're
numbers clearly
saying
show that.
the solution right now is to upgrade our security, the security we have in the country, to upgrade it.
Yes, definitely. That's it goes without saying. If we don't do it, we are just living with a hope and a prayer. And the truth is, it's not
Okay.
only Nigeria that has this problem. It's all black countries specifically. Even in Africa, the black countries specifically. I know why. That's why I think our leaders are lying to us. It's like they are running the country as caretaker government, awaiting recolonization. Because these people are not running our
Okay.
countries like a sovereign nation. How can
All
you
right.
have a nation, you're not defending it as the way a man should defend a nation? We have 200 million people, and we see them at home. They are in. We have graduates selling mobile top-ups at road junctions and driving taxis. What is the job of a man anymore in this life, if not to defend their children, their women, and their land? Our NSA head came on TV about 2 months ago to admit that they cannot even defend the borders.
Mr.
You can't
Tunanja,
imagine.
I'm so sorry. Mr. Tunanja, I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to interrupt you. A caller has
Go
been
ahead.
calling me. Let me just pick up this call, please.
All right.
Good evening. Thank you for calling Ninja Watch. Thank you for calling Ninja Watch. Where are you calling from, please? Okay, thank you for calling us. What's your name? What did you say, please? Okay, all right. Thank you for calling us, Mr. Kari. I don't know if you've been following the show. If you have any contributions to make. What did you say? What the party is doing in Nigeria is disastrous. Okay. Everybody is not happy. Everybody is not happy about what's going on. I mean, it's affecting everybody. Mm. Okay. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you very much. The caller is basically just talking about how we shouldn't vote in APC or PDP anymore. I think that's literally what everybody has been talking about. And I see some people in the comment section saying, I don't take calls, I've not been picking your calls. Guys, the phone is on. If I see your call, I will take your call. But also, bear with me. I have panelists here too. I can't exactly interrupt them every time they are talking. I can't exactly be interrupting them every time. Please bear with me. I'll pick your call once I can pick your call. Please just bear with me. Thank you very much for your understanding. Please go ahead, Mr. Tunacha.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so you see, one of the things that concerns me is that even our TV personalities, we have to be careful when we listen to them, because one of them is Jide of TVC, because he has these programs that he does online, and he tried to use an example of Sri Lanka as an example of how they dealt with terrorism and conquered all those things. And when I told him about the number, he said we need to go and learn from this country. I said, have you learned from this country? Did you check their numbers? Sri Lanka is 20 million people and they have 400,000 soldiers. 20 million people, a country 10 times smaller than Nigeria, has more than 2 times the number of soldiers Nigeria has.
Okay.
And he came on TV and used them as an example, but doesn't recommend the action for Nigeria. You know what that man came on TV to say today? He was saying, maybe we should ask for help from America. We bring them here to come and help us. These people want us to be recolonized. They are not telling people the truth. They are willing to ask another woman's husband to come and save us here. Like we are not men. Without shame, they'll come on TV and say, we need help. We shouldn't be ashamed. We should need help. What kind of men are those? Those countries, men like you, fix them. That's just one. That's security. The second one is transparency. We need to take power back from the leaders. And one of the ways you can take power back from those people is to have them make public the government accounts, so that the public can see everything that is going in and coming out of the government accounts in real time. You can subscribe to your governor's account, you can subscribe to your senator's account, you can subscribe to the federal government account, because it's our money, isn't it? It's not their money.
That's right.
It's not their money. They shouldn't keep it secret. That power that they have, we need to take it back from them. This is just as important as a 1 million standing army. Because when our people take power from them, the trust that has been broken between their leaders and the citizens will be restored. Corruption will reduce, and people will be happier to pay into the system for healthcare, for education, for everything else. Simple moves like that. We have to be smart about the things we demand. That is, the trick is demand things that take power away from them and bring it to the people.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Tunaija. Thank you so much for that.
Let's see how anybody's going to spend 100 million naira to run for presidency anymore, if they know that the account is going to be public.
Okay, that's true. That's a good suggestion, actually. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Tunaija. We're going to move straight to Machiavelli. So Machiavelli, you're up next, please.
Yeah, thank you very much, Madam Kachi. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Tunaija. I think what he's saying, he can align it to what I've been saying. First of all, did I not speak about our military? Right? You see what he said. We cannot say that Nigerian. We don't have. How much is our defense budget? That's the first of all. Now look at even a common Nigerian who wants to defend his nation is not being given the chance. Is that not another problem? You see, the Nigerians were queuing on the Ukrainian embassy just for them to be recruited to go and fight for the Ukrainians. And we are crying that we don't have military personnel. You see, this is the problem. And another thing, he talked about transparency. It's true. The reason why you will not get this transparency is because of that National Assembly you are seeing there. Because these people want to remain, the likes of Bajia Miller and Co. They want to remain there. Let us put the right people who has the clue of how to govern a nation so that they can make us laws. Look at the same people you are electing to the House of Senate and the House of Representatives. These people don't even have what they don't even know what they are going to do there. All because they want to embezzle, they want to start standing, taking that money, they want to remain there. Nigerians have been crying for a better change. This is why I think people like Peter Obi, who has a clue, let them have the power so that we can change the status quo. What do we mean by status quo? It's by making sure that the fundamental human right is guaranteed, the rule of law is also guaranteed.
Okay.
Mr. Gilmore said something. I want to reply to that. He quoted the section of the Constitution. When he quoted, he actually said the state is responsible. I don't know if you guys were listening to that. Now, if you look at it, healthcare, 0. Defense, 0. Education, 0. The free education, are we getting it? Look at the educational standard in Nigeria. The north and south, it is not equilibrium. What I mean by equilibrium, it is when the both of them jam. Is it not? That makes equilibrium. Is the southern has a cutoff mark before you go into the university? Is it the same cutoff mark to the north? The answer is no. Now, the Constitution says everybody is subject under the law. The reason why I always tell the people that the Constitution is there is just that these people don't want to look at that. They want to do it to their own selfish interest, and that is why they are queuing in. They don't want you to get there. Because when you get there, you are going to break the circuit, and then you not let the people know what this truth is. It's as simple as that. That is why they see us as, oh, these people are the problem. They don't understand politics. Politics is about, what is politics? It's what we know as strategy. The security we are talking about now, who is to defend us? Is it not the National Assembly that is supposed to put in, when something is happening, the National Assembly put in a law and said, we need to make the president, we are sent to it, right? They debate it and said, this is what we want. Now, looking at those people, do you think they are going to bring anything to the table? No. We have insecurity disturbing a whole country. Somebody from the house was telling you that how many wives he has. He was naming, I even brought them to the National Assembly. You can imagine. How can these people now lead us to the promised land? Then we are here, then we say we are not. Oh, see, the problem is is that we know the problem. We know the problem. But to get the solution, everybody is just rumbling around it. The solution is simple. Let us elect somebody who has a clue. First, that constitution, everybody will be subject under it. This not you are talking about. By the time you put somebody there as the president, and you have the people who has the clue in the National Assembly, they will put things right. No fly will disturb that country, because the constitution will give you the roadmap to it. Let us not deceive ourselves, south and north. No, it is because they are bypassing what the constitution says, and they don't want to do it right. And that is why we are in this mess. Then we are talking about a state cannot provide security. Who is the central government? The central government cannot even guarantee the security of the country, talk less of what the state is going to say. This is my question with them. The problem is from the National Assembly. We have right to vote. It's in the constitution there. But when we vote, what do we get? Everybody here are in a country where the democracy is defined. When you are protesting, the police guides you. They guide you. Their duty is to maintain law and order.
Ask a common policeman, a constable, and say, what is the function of the police? He cannot even tell you what the function is. It means he's clueless. Who put you there? Where was the which? How did you pass how did you go past the police college? What were the things that were being taught? You were being taught there that this is what you need to do. Just ask a police officer, what is your duty? He will not even. He cannot even. No, there's a lot to do. And that is why I am saying, we, the youth, don't listen to what they are going to say that you are the problem. You are not the problem. You are the solution. The only people we want now is people like Peter Obi, who has the roadmap. And let everybody queue on him. And you are going to see that things are going to change if we work together to make sure that these people are there. And another thing, another solution, let us hold the National Assembly to say, we don't want you guys again. We want people who knows how to place laws, put in bills that is going to carry the nation forward. The president, by the time you start pressing them in the National Assembly, look at what is going on. Whenever something is gun control in America right now, who are they protesting to? Is it not the House? They are telling them to change what is there. That is it. I don't know why people are saying this one. You have to go this way. You have to go and you have to tell us that we have to cut it. If you cut it, if you break it or do anything without having a proper foundation and these structures I'm talking about, the rule of the 3 tiers of government, if they are not independent on their own, there's going to be problem. The judiciary does not have when the time they make their decision, you see someone from the Senate will come and say, now my brother, I better release that person. How does this thing work? So this is my own contribution. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Machiavelli. And on that note, I think everybody has spoken concerning
No, I haven't talked.
Okay, Mr.
You
Ola.
skip me.
No, I did not skip you actually. I called, but I think we lost you at that point in time. Okay, please go ahead. No, I'm just asking a question. What you think is the way forward?
Yeah, the
What do
way
you think we can
forward.
do to unite one another so we can achieve the goal that we are all
Um,
clamoring for?
my fellow comrade or honorable, speakers, I so much appreciate you guys. We need to make this platform form fun so that people will listen, they will stay, not to be pointing fingers. You see, pointing
Okay.
finger, it says that when you have a father in a house, that father cannot provide anymore. You see, some of the children will the man will even be coming. Some of the children will just be looking some other, will be looking other side. But when the man is so wealthy, God blesses him. You will see some, even those that are not his children, because daddy that's our daddy. So what am I trying to say by saying this and that, pointing and no? Constable cannot spell what is his function as a police officer. He won't be able to say it because the head is already rotting. And the solution we are talking about is not even the presidency alone. Peter Obi was a governor. He saved over 1 point something billion dollars. But where is the money today? In the same state. The money is gone, being stolen by another governor. But what we are talking about, let me just make some little instances. Let's say somebody like I've lived in Nigeria more than 32 years before I left Nigeria. I've never seen a senator move any motion that want to better Nigeria. Even during this the whole time of Buhari that killing everywhere, there was no any time in the Senate or in the House of Representatives that they said, oh, let us move this motion to just shake Buhari a little bit. Let's just whisper like, impeachment is coming. That is just coming because nobody represents us. Everybody's go there to cash out. And it is not their problem. I don't see they are the problem. It is the problem of when they join us together. All our forefathers, they fail us. See, when you realize the root cause that, oh, everybody already failed from the beginning, then we look at it. What is the solution then? We cannot afford to fight because people will die. We don't want our country to be like Ukraine. We don't want to compare our country to anybody. But we can use, because we are blessed. These Aboki people, this Fulani, this Hausa, they have nothing to offer. We are the one that has a lot to offer, and we are the ones screaming, crying. They turn the table all around. These guys are so brilliant. And I tell you, it's not like they are brilliant. They have a lot of forces behind them. During the NSAS, what did the secretary to the United States said? He said, it's a simple truth. Africa is not in the plan right now. If we kill all of ourselves in Africa, they don't care. I was among the people that protested during the Sunday Go. We went to the UK, we went to the embassy, we went to the State House, we went everywhere. Wasted my time. They didn't listen to us. They are still killing. But if you hear one person killed in maybe in Asia or one, you will see the United States, you will see the embassy, everybody will be condemning. These are our politicians, bad politicians that we are talking about. They are still being, dine and wine with all these our bad politicians. Atiku that we said is this. Atiku came on 24 hours visa to the United States. So, but we can't keep going.
What do you
The
think?
solution, the reason why I point
Yes.
all these things is I don't want us to be looking at pointing hands to anybody. We have problem. The problem is language. Even God himself, he break the wall of this thing so that people will not understand themselves. But the forefathers of the British, they know all this quite all right. They brought Jesus to us. So they brought all of us together. They merge two wrong things together. So here we are. But the solution is this. The solution is all of us should keep telling all our brothers back home. It is not only the presidency we should be crying about. We should be crying about the senators. The House member, you can control that. We can't control the presidency, my dear sisters, my dear brothers. We will vote. We will try. These people already put us in abject poverty. Poverty is a remote control. It's a remote control. The day you give that person 10,000, you will forget all these things we are saying here.
So you're saying the solution is for us to talk to our
Tell all our
people
brothers, back home,
sensitize
start
them.
changing from the state levels. From the state levels, because you see, from the federal level, we can say from today to tomorrow, but we don't really have power to change it. But you see, in that state, we are all Yoruba in those states, all Yorubas. We can change it. Whoever that will represent us, whoever that will be the senators there, who can change it, even the governor. And in every state, they have the law, they have the constitution that govern the state. Peter Obi said he was impeached 3 times. I'm sorry for saying this, for fact, to back what I'm saying. Peter Obi said he was impeached 3 times. Why? The first time was because the house budgeted 400 something million naira to renovate government house, and he only spent 40 million. He was impeached because of that. Because you have bad people around you. So if we can change all these angles, all this from the state level, I promise you, one state will look like Dubai, it will open everybody's eyes. Then the youth will like, oh, you didn't do this thing. Look at your mate. Look at what he did. We are not voting for you the next time. That is just the simple truth. Nobody should abuse all our pastors. I'm sorry. I want to say this thing about our pastors. I'm sorry for taking much time. You see, our pastor, they seize opportunity. Yeah, they seize opportunity to extort people. When there's loopholes, people are looking for miracle because of too much poverty. They see the opportunity. If you are living in the United States, you probably might not go to church because you'll be working overtime. Sometimes you work at the warehouse, you're already tired. You will not even go to church. But Nigeria, my people will go to church back to back. Like you all understand.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Ola. Thank you so much for that. We totally do understand you. Thank you so much. I'm still going to say
something quickly about going to.
Yes, we're going to go round and end the show right now, please. We're just going to go.
Why are you people not calling me?
We are, you have been marginalized, don't you
Now,
know?
after Sarita, I'm supposed to talk, but you start calling.
So, guys, so I just want to say thank you to everybody in the comment section. I see you all. I cannot exactly call everybody's names. I see you guys. I see you all. Irene Finest, Simon, Mommy Diaspora, Nkechi, Frank Lewis, Kelvin Drake, Golden Mark Records. I see you guys. I see all of you. Thank you all so much for your love and support. Everybody watching us, thank you all so much. I keep saying it. Without you, there's no Ninja Watch. Without you guys, we'll just come here and keep talking to ourselves and just go back home. So thank you all so much for making this possible for us. We appreciate you. We love you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. To all the panelists here, always joining me. Thank you guys so much. Like, was alone cannot express how grateful I am. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. I'm still an advocate for I don't want to watch Sha. And please, I keep saying it, get your PVCs, sensitize your people back home, call your people back home, let them get their PVCs, let us go out and vote. Let us go out and vote. Take any measures you want to take to ensure that your people get their PVCs. Take any measures. At this point in time, we all have to be very proactive. We have to be attentive to our environment, avoid a lot of social gatherings. At least for now, let's know what we're even doing. Let's know what's going on. Thank you guys so much. So we're going to bring the show to an end today, but I'm going to give an opportunity to every one of us to just give our closing remark, and then we'll come to an end. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to start from Mr. Okundaye. Mr. Okundaye, please.
Thank you. God bless you. Let me say this here. These are facts. Sister Rita, we were talking of state security. The state governor has the power. I will use my own village example. During the time of Operation WAP, in Edo State, there was 2 vehicles, one red and one white. So every time these Fulani people, they do block in my village. So there was a day, those SARS people said, it is my village people. So I, that is talking here, I go inside the bush with the SARS people. So lucky one day, soldiers were passing that road and they still block road. So the soldier had to boycott them and kill all of them. Remain only one. They took that one to confess, but we did not really hear anything that happened from there again. But what did the military did? They came to my village and make a roadblock in that particular point. So it was not because it was because they know it is their duty. It is not the state government who said they should come and put it there. This one now, let us understand what is killing us, because most of the Southerners doesn't think the problem. The way they think is reverse thinking. Now, why are we not asking ourselves if they want to, if Nigeria is a federal republic, as they said it, if they want to recruit soldier, because some people we are talking of soldier, they will recruit 50 in Sokoto, they will recruit 300 in Kano, they will recruit 500 in Kaduna, then they will come to Edo State and recruit 2. They will go to Imo State and recruit 1. Then we go to Lagos State and recruit 3. Why we the Southern, why are we not asking ourselves that question? Especially we that is talking here. Why are we not putting in police the same thing? I hear that people will say they are overstretched. Now, I want to ask you, who in London, when those soldiers, when they want to become soldiers, are they the ones using their money to look for that position, or it is voluntary work? Government is the one sponsoring them to become military. If they have any money to be paid, government will start deducting that tax from them. But Nigeria own, you are the one to go and use your money to buy big amount to buy from. At the end of the day, they will not take you and they will not refund your money to you. Such person, you collect the money, what did you expect it to come and do next thing? You will see it in police, you will see it in Navy, you will see it in Air Force, in all military aspects. That is what they are going to, that is how they are going to frustrate people. Whereby the other country that you are talking about, it is voluntary. From primary school, from secondary school, they start picking people into those positions. So we should not say they are overstretched. We should understand that this thing, it is the agenda of the North to oppress the South. Then Let me tell you what just happened recently now. That's on Sunday. About 5 days ago or 7 days ago, Fulani from 36 states, from 36 countries, I mean, whatever they call them, they came to Abuja. Did you know the remand? They come and remand Buhari because that day they were talking where they were now interviewing them physically. They were saying, and they should bring money to bring all those boys to come and educate them. I don't understand the people that are terrorists killing people. You want government to bring money to come and educate them. What did you do to terrorists? Are you not supposed to be shooting them and killing them? It is our Nigerian, you now hear that terrorists is recruited into military that tomorrow they can become president. So let us understand, the Satanists should understand what is killing them. Hey, my brother from the Yoruba side, when these people that cannot defend your people, were they not able to go and fight Igboho and shoot everybody, keep people there? But have you not been hearing that they are killing soldiers in the north? Did Igboho kill anybody? That they come and invade his house, kill people, kill protesters, and kill everything? If my sister that from Edo State, who said the federal government don't have right, a soldier cannot do anything. Did you not see it in YouTube the other day on Facebook that the soldier went to a village in Edo State and killed many youth in that village? Is it the state governor that gave them that order to go and do that? Now we should understand that we think, because our education is too much, so we think back of education. Instead of thinking inside education, we think back of education. So now, with all these things, if they kill one soldier in the start, the whole barrack will finish. 10 barrack will finish to come and kill village. A place that they are killing soldiers every day. They haven't killed one village. They haven't killed one local government, not to talk of one state. So we should understand with the start that it is our ignorance that is putting us into this mess, that the northerners are oppressing us. So I'm coming, let me just round it up. So the Fulani have told Buhari, remember that if you leave these seats, all these people with the government that is coming will kill all these our brother. That is why they were not saying to Buhari to avoid killing. So they should now settle them. So they are looking for all way around to make sure they pack our money and settle these people and settle their brother to remain, because they know that the next president that is coming, if he comes from the start, he will not give them this chance. Then the last one, because unity, there was I'm talking of in this platform, I have said to our people, let us put money together and build company. Let us come together and build company. But is there anyone among us who have ever agreed to it? How are you going to talk of unity? Where you, a small thing now, to come together in unity, you reject it. Then, where I'm talking about Christianity and white man God, all war are the people of Benin. If it was a time we were living under kingship, if we did not believe on this democracy, constitution, or this one or that one, I believe since yesterday, the palace will have sent warriors and they will have been able to fetch all these people out. Whether they come to Edo, they go to any part. Now, let me still advise, let me still tell all of us that are here that these people that they are talking about now, they have to find them now inside Edo Reserve, forests, Edo State, because when they will keep their place, they have to leave and go to Edo State. So since we cannot unite ourselves and say we are one family, whether you call it the Biafra, you call it the Oduduwa, you call it the South, you call it the Niger Delta, however you might call ourselves, if you forget to remember that you were a brother before British came, and after British left, you still remain brother, these things will keep on going to be crying like this. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Okundaye, for that.
Yeah, sorry, Mrs. Kachi. I would like to sign off. Is it possible I speak next? Do you mind?
You can go on. I think Madam Kachi is busy. You can go on, Mr. Andrew.
Okay. It would be nice she's there because she's the moderator. My submission.
It's like he's having a network problem.
Okay, spinning. Okay. My submission. First of all.
Okay, guys.
Okay,
so
she's
sorry
back.
about that. Can you guys hear me, please?
Yeah. We can hear you. The floor allow me to speak, please.
Okay, I'm going to do that. We're already rounding up. Thank you very much, Mr. Okundaye, for that. Like I said, we're rounding up. We just need it to be quick. Let's just give our closing remark, then we'll bring the show to an end. Thank you guys so much. Please, 1 minute, please. Thank you very much. I'm going to move next to Madam Rita. Madam Rita, please.
Kachi, with all respect, I think Mr. Andrew was speaking because he wanted to leave now. So, Mr. Andrew, you can go ahead before I go
Okay,
after you.
I was out for a bit.
Yeah, I
Okay.
understand.
Mr.
Yeah.
Andrew, please go ahead.
First and foremost, Kachi, I would like to thank you for clarifying my position in respect to the comment I made concerning Shobore. I appreciate that. Yeah, my submission is this, that moving forward, it's encouraging everyone that we come across. I am not under the illusion that Peter Obi is not going to face challenges. He will face challenges, but I can guarantee anyone that when he gets there, regardless of the challenges he faces, those who make life difficult for him also will have life difficult for them. Now, we have a representative from our constituency that's representing us in the House of Rep or Senate. These are the people also that when we the people, remember the constitution say we the people, we put these people there. Now when we observe, or now that we know that they are not performing, it is now we the people that will now have to take them out. And we, the people, we put people there, those that we can trust. It's not going to be an easy journey. That I am not under the illusion that it's going to be an easy journey. I put a proposal on the chat there, just for us to educate ourselves and educate the people who are listening, that we should dedicate a day or a section of this program one day to talk about the Constitution, to highlight it. Remember, to change the Constitution, the people have to push for it. The people will have to push for the section that is not right for it to be amended. There have to be a referendum. Then it will be amended. Those there don't have a choice if the people say, for example, gay is enshrined in the Constitution of the United Kingdom and in some Western countries. Who push for it? It is the people. That's okay. Let's throw it out to the people. If this is what you want in your constitution, because this is what we're going to use to guide you, then we'll put in a referendum. When this country, this Scotland wanted to break away, they did a referendum. So it's not an illusion, but it is achievable. So we must not be negative or taking us back and focusing on the problem and not providing a solution. I yield the floor. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Andrew. Thank you for that brief speech. We're going to move straight to Madam Rita. Madam Rita, please.
Yeah, Kachi, thank you very much. I don't really have a lot to say. I've said what I said, and I stand by my words. And I thank everybody for their different ideas and opinions. But it's something I notice. We need to start to listen to people and not just hearing them speak. And then you pick one word and misconstrue it and turn it upside down. We are supposed to, if you really don't understand, I mean, it's good to say, can you explain what you mean? And then because we're all here to learn, and then it's not about who wins the argument, is giving the right information and everybody learns together. The unity we'll talk about, it starts from home, it starts from us here. So I just want to wish everybody a very good evening. And Kachi, have a very good evening. You look very sleepy. Have a very lovely day. And Nigeria Watch crew, God bless you all. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Madam Rita. We're going to move straight to Mr. Jimo. Mr. Jimo.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm grateful.
Okay.
Well, I don't have so much to say as well. I think for over 3 hours we have been able to deliberate a lot on these issues. I will say that in conclusion, one of the problems that we are having, apart from the constitution, which is a very, very big problem, everywhere in the world where there are problems, wars, it has to do with ethnicity. Whether it's in Kosovo, whether it's the Tutsis and Husis, anywhere in the world. And now we have a country of over 400 ethnic languages. And we expect ourselves to be together. It will be difficult. I must say this, actually. It will be difficult because if you look at the North, because they have that general Hausa language or whatever, at least most of them, they understand each other. That's a very, very good example. If you come to the North, in Edo State, for example, you have well over 20. You don't hear what the next man is saying. So I don't know how we are going to bridge this gap. Apart from the constitution, we have a language problem as well. So as for the politics that we started with today, we just have to keep our fingers crossed. When all the parties have elected their candidates, we look at it closely and see how we can come together and elect somebody that can actually revolutionize the economy, and somebody with the technological know-how in the 21st century, so that we can be able to move the country forward. Thank you, guys. Good night.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good night, Mr. Jimo. I'm going to move straight to Mr. Igbe. Mr. Igbe, please.
Thank you, Sister Kashi, for giving me the opportunity to speak once again.
Thank you, sir.
You are blessed, my dear. You see, I want to first and foremost and go and say that I don't really agree that in our security system or our survey system as not we don't have enough of soldiers. In the 1980s, we were not having problem of insecurity. We were having soldiers. 1980 to 1991, we were having soldiers who were protecting our territory, who were guarding our borders, and who were working very, very well. We were having federal highway patrols, who were patrolling the highways, dealing with the armed robbers. Then we were having armed robbers. We were not, few people, in those days. Nigeria's security system today has been, sabotaged by the politicians. That is why we are looking that maybe we don't have a lot of soldiers in the field. We have soldiers, but the problem is that they have been sabotaged. Imagine where I don't know if we still remember when some 400,000 Boko Haram, 600 or 600,000 Boko Haram. I think 2016 or so, I'll be 2017, that were rehabilitated to the military system. And in that same 2016 or 2017, there was some Boko Haram that they catch, and those Boko Harams confess that the people who sponsor them, they are part of this government that is, that is ruling today. And we should not forget that the Americans some months ago, I think it was last year, reviewing numbers of people in this, this government who are sponsoring this, Boko Haram. I mean, this insecurity that we're having in the states, in the country today. So I don't really strongly believe that we don't have enough soldiers. We have soldiers, but the problem we have is that they have been sabotaged. They have been, overwhelmed by the powers or the cabals in the Aso Rocks. So that is my own point about that, because it was very, very, it was very, very open to every one of us that some of us that these people having people who back them up. I remember in Ibarakba, they arrest one Boko Haram leader. I mean, all this what they call them, this Abutekun, arrest one Boko Haram leader. At the end of the day, they take it to the government, to the police. Police went and arrest the people who arrest this one of the leader of the Amutekuns. You understand me now? So what I'm trying to say here is that the military system of Nigeria today has totally been sabotaged. Totally. You cannot tell me that the Boko Haram or the Fulani or the people, group of people that are terrorizing Nigeria today, they are more than the soldiers that we are having. I don't agree with that. Then that is for that.
Okay.
Then the area. Hello?
Mr. Igbe, please go ahead. We're hearing you.
Okay, thank you, my dear. Then the area of the headlines news today concerning the APC, flag bearer. We should keep on watching. Next tomorrow, we'll see where they are going. Because for me, I already understand their game. It's like that game has, Buhari hands have freed up. We don't know what to do anymore. It's like the thing are overpower him. So he want to send everybody to the field for them, to test their popularity in the field. So that is my own view. I think they are going to come out with one person by next tomorrow. Then in the other area of unity, as I said it before, you cannot give what you don't have. Just like what our brother was trying to say, that we are, multi-ethnic language speaking in the south, especially the south. Especially the south. Let me just say the south. That is where we have the major multi-ethnic, language. But that does not really stop us if we want to really unite. If we want to really unite and aim a goal, that does not really stop us for we not to unite. But the problem is that we don't have that spirit of unity. So that is it. Thank you. That I rest my case like that, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much. I want to believe everybody has given one thing or the other. We've learned from this. Everybody has said one thing or the other. You know, I want to say a big thank you to everybody. A big shout out to everybody in the comment section. Like you guys are amazing. The love, I the different opinions. I mean, we learn every day. Thank you guys so much for being here. Do not forget to like, comment, and share. Please like. The reason we always ask you to like it, so YouTube can always suggest Ninja Watch platform to other people, so more people can come on this platform. Guys, click on the notification button so you always be notified when we're on here. Subscribe if you're yet to do so. Tell a friend to tell another friend. Thank you all so much to my panelists. Thank you guys to those viewers out there watching us from their screens, from their phones, from their laptop. You guys are amazing. You have a special place in my heart. Thank you all so much, guys. Thank you so much. Have an amazing